thought I'd never make it, like no way. I'm the real deal, no role play. My days off, that's no days. No, I hustle hard, young rose. E be the shooter, that's cold case. Those on the deals, that's brose. Got no pay, yo, no say. Okay, this the news, tell them read it. Been the one since the fetus. Don't sleep on me, Tempur-Pedic. That's a no, no, no. Spending dope for no reason. Got a ball head, Mr. Cleaner. Heard the big bags overseas, then we gon' go, go, go. Whoa, I press the button and the doors go off like, whoa. That money clip us now, the new now looks like, whoa. Upgrade her diamonds, now her girlfriends are like, whoa, 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 whoa. I press the button and the doors go off like, whoa. That money clip us now, the new now looks like, whoa. Upgrade her diamonds, now her girlfriends are like, whoa, 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 whoa. I press the button and the doors go up. Whoa, that money clip us now, the new now looks like, whoa. Upgrade her diamonds, now her girlfriends are like, whoa, 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 whoa.
I couldn't go out like that. I just couldn't. I had to come back. We had like a power surge really fast. Lost internet, had to wait for everything to boot back up, but we are back. Kib Kitty, welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back, everybody. Let's let some people join. The other one is still up. Wow. We went through a lot of stuff in the other one. And I've got breaking news. Thanks to Mike Sanner, we have breaking news in the Petito case. The judge ruled that the letter that Roberta Laundrie used can be used in their case. Can be used in their case. We're gonna be streaming crazy today. This is a lot of news. There's a lot going on. So let's get our thing up here updated. We're not talking about a new theory. We're talking about Bryan Kohberger's parents testifying in front of a grand jury. His mother already testified in front of a grand jury, according to the news. And his father was testifying in front of a grand jury. Now, do we think that his father's testifying, or do we think there's more to the father? I don't know. But I do know that this is huge news. This means that Bryan Kohberger is being investigated for this Dana Smithers, and we don't know if there's any other cases. I went to the Pennsylvania Monroe County website. I did not see anything with Kohberger. Yes, I got a power hit. So his mother has already testified according to the report, and his father testified. I don't know if it was today or yesterday, but that just came out that this happened. And he is being investigated for the Dana Smithers case. A year ago, Dana Smithers went missing. Her remains, were found 3 weeks ago. And it was also reported that the grand jury, this is not for anything in Moscow, because the grand jury in Pennsylvania only meets for cases in Pennsylvania, according to the news report. And this is per CNN and many other news sources. Yes, Lizzie Bones, it's bananas. It is so bananas. This is the craziest case. And it's like we're seeing all this stuff for what it is.
Bananas,
That's a good thought, Lizzie. Is her ID one of them that they found? This could be a serial killer. She might have been one of the IDs in the glove box, or not in the glove box, in the glove. This might be a good day for justice, though. Yes, in cold cases, especially where these people have been wanting answers. They said their compelled testimony under oath may be shared with prosecutors in Idaho. All right, so poll time. Do we think we're going to see a guilty plea? Is that where this is going now? Is this going to a guilty plea for Bryan Kohberger? Let's do a poll in chat. And then I'm going to play some video of the cold cases I found Kohberger that we talked about in the past back in December. Or January, rather. Oh, his father testifies tomorrow. His mother has already testified. In a glove, in a box. Do you think? What do you think will happen? Here we go. What do you, Kate, this other case? There you go. Get your votes in now. I feel like there's a mosquito in here and I'm getting bit. Oh, this is crazy, crazy stuff. Okay, so his father's testifying tomorrow. His mother has already testified in front of a grand jury. This is death penalty case well, we don't know. It could be a death penalty case in Idaho. Do they have the death penalty in PA, Angie B? I don't think they do. Correct me if I'm wrong. We've been at this all day, people. I want to thank you guys for your support and for your patience following this today. Let's go. And I think he put a lot of stuff out there to distract people, to, kind of confuse investigators, things like that. And thanks again, Mike Sanner, for that. That's great news in the Robertolino case. That is great news. Hold on. I didn't mean to share that. Here we go. Okay, so when I found this video, this is where we go over, did Bryan Kohberger attack others? This is from, we discussed the arrest of Bryan Kohberger. This is December 31st, 2022, and the possibility that he was obsessed with a 1999 unsolved stabbing of 2 WSU students and reenacted that scene. The unsolved cases also happened at 3 a.m. on the 13th day of the month, and the victims were stabbed multiple times while in bed sleeping. So this is from, like I said, December 31st, 2022. And this is just right in the middle of the video. When I clicked on it, there's that no signal on the TV. They found this woman's remains 3 weeks ago. Maybe they found her ID and they had to find her body. Maybe Bryan's talking. Who knows? Maybe Dad's talking. I'm not sure. I'm not sure what to make of it, folks, but I think we should take a look at this old video and see if anything pops out at us. I'm going to go ahead and let this play through. And if I don't lose power again, holy shit, I thought the worst of it was...
Just help a brother out here.
I thought the worst of it was by. Thank you, Angie. PA has the death penalty. So there's DP in Idaho and Pennsylvania. And Idaho just said if they can't get the chemicals, they can do a firing squad. Maybe that's why he doesn't look good. Thank you, Potato. Dana Smithers' cause of death is undetermined. Is it Smithers? Undetermined. If I disappear, I'm probably just going to stay off because obviously I'm going to keep losing power and internet. But for right now, we are good. And we're going to play this through and let's see what we found out here. We already talked about Courtney. Let's go here. This is about an hour and 15 of Potato J and HJ's research live. His head is not nearly as long when he was a child. It continued growing longer as he got older. Wow, he really looks like the picture of his dad there. Not to interrupt already, of course, you know how I am, blabbermouth. Miss Blabbermouth here, but this is a photo of Bryan's dad when he was in high school, from the high school yearbook. I see a resemblance there for sure. Okay, let's continue. I'm going to turn this off so you guys can see the screen. Here we go.
It grew upwards.
It grew upwards instead of being
As he
proportional.
grew up, his forehead grew up.
Yeah, we don't know. Like if he targeted them or if he targeted the house. Like, did he really give a damn who they were? Or was it more like that house was a perfect setup, perfect opportunity for him? Because if you think about it, the couple, it was always like twos that were attacked, right? But it was never both ended up dead. So like in the couple, the boyfriend died. The woman, she was stabbed 19 times and lived. He didn't think that woman was going to live. No. Whoever stabbed her in 2021, he probably thought she was dead. However, what he didn't know was that they had a friend in the next room that was staying over because she was going to cat sit because the couple was going on a trip. So there was an unknown third party that called 911 and he ran off. Right. Yeah. So, the interesting thing about 99 is same thing. There were other people in the home. The two girls were in the bedroom together. So did he see that these two girls shared a room right now?
Yeah. And they were students.
And thought this is it.
Yeah. I mean, the whole thing matches like what it looked like in that area. The fact they're students. There's two girls in the same room.
Yeah. The only thing that bothers me is like, how did he come to find them? Of, you know, all the sorority houses, fraternity. I mean, obviously maybe not fraternity because they would fight back and women he'd be able to overpower.
I mean, he could have been scoping out the area and stuff.
Oh, absolutely.
Trying to find something that looks
right off campus, like you said. Like,
I mean, it was literally just across the grass from all the other sorority houses and stuff.
It just happened. Okay, guys, you have to remember, though, the police said no about a lot of stuff, Samantha. We have to remember that. They also said, oh, there's no other crimes. And look what we just found out. I just sped it up so that it would go faster. Do you want me to make it normal? I will. I just feel like I'm taking up all your time, but this is interesting. To be quote unquote off campus.
And looking the same as the Pullman apartments. I just think that's so weird that it looks.
There's more coming out about Gabby Petito stuff now.
Huh?
What?
The attorney for.
Weird. On the same day that happened, more Gabby Petito stuff came out while we were talking about this. And it happened again today. Now that is weird, okay? Look at him. Now look at that. That's when I got cut off before. I was going to say, you guys, that looks like the Corner Club picture that you guys think is Adam. Check it out. Just thinner. See that? Thinner, and he's got really, really buzzed hair. I'm sorry. Welcome back, guys. Welcome back. I lost power. No, I lost power for a minute. I can't imagine what my face looked like when I lost power because I was like, oh. Yeah, now it's like, whoa. I defo think that's him sitting there. Okay. Let's get back to our lovely sleuthing. Look at Summer looking out the window at the rain.
His
Getting-
nose.
I don't know how to zoom on this. His nose?
Oh, yeah. I want to see if it's broken.
Oh. What is the date on this video? Commencement 2022, but I don't see the date. Yeah, there's
No
stuff.
emotion.
For graduate nursing.
Still, I mean, you would.
No.
It's such an accomplishment. Like,
Crahansel.
Yeah, to at least smile for
Jessica
yourself.
is the program assistant for
look at those deep set eyes. Oh my goodness. You must be near me, Jenny.
graduate nursing in division.
There's the straight alien mouth. He just has buzzed hair in his graduation picture, but his eyes are dark. His eyes are dark. I know the Gabby mention. Isn't that crazy? Signs from above, you guys.
Nursing.
It's like he just like bought a
Yeah,
pack of
just-
gum. Like, thanks for my change. See ya.
Like he's dead inside.
Is that BTK's daughter right there? Just kidding. Why are we showing Zelensky? Okay, back to this is my ADD. Okay, here we go. Now we're back to the Idaho 4. Good vibes sign. So where was good vibes hanging? Was
That's
it in
on the
the
middle
living room?
It was
The living
upstairs
room.
and downstairs. There were two.
Oh, this is were Lizzie there? Bones
I
calling.
believe that there were two because it's weird. You can see one that's downstairs, and that's why I was confused because we knew that there was one upstairs where Kaylee's room was, right? And
Right.
then I'm pretty sure there was almost identical with the even like that weird green grass shit that was
Yeah, the
that
stuff
was
behind it.
downstairs.
Mhm.
Yep, I'm pretty sure there were two, which I thought was very strange. I could be wrong, but I remember thinking like, wait a minute, I thought that was upstairs.
Crime solved. Well, there's
Because
a
there was
tag
like
in it.
picture. There was a picture. I think. Remember when Bryan Enton was outside? No, wait, it wasn't Bryan. It was the person that was filling in for him. That Nancy Wu Lu, whoever.
Nancy
Cindy
Lou.
Lou. Yeah.
Cindy Lou.
And
Oh,
they
Lizzie.
had gone in there, and so like they were rounding the corner, and I'm pretty sure at that point you could see the same kind of green grass, and I'm like, wait a minute, I was so confused.
So there's like
I
a
don't know.
double set of that.
Yeah,
You
like
guys,
they did-
check
they
this
did
out.
too.
Okay, look at this. What is it? Is this
Creep
somebody
town, dude.
trying to like get the fucking window open? See those? Oh my God, what did
Oh,
that do? There we
Nope,
go.
can't see anything.
Stop. Is that someone he like climb trying to up get there? the window open? Like, see those smears?
Smudges.
Oh my
Oh,
Lord.
maybe.
Yeah.
See, like someone holding the window and trying to slide it.
Oh, yeah.
You see the dangest
Y'all-
things, Jay.
Y'all
I
thought
see
I
it
was
now.
crazy. Do you see it?
Mhm.
But like,
Auntie,
look,
she sees things that aren't there.
I was
stop.
going to mention it.
I do sometimes, but it's like someone had their hands smushed right here. Right?
Oh my gosh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh,
Wait, hold
Holy
on.
crap. Yeah.
They had their hands smushed right here, and then up here they were trying to slide that window to the side.
Oh, damn.
Could they have been looking in it? Could they have been putting their hands up against it and looking in it?
Well, that's the other question I have. Now, if you look over here to the right side, That's one of their wall hangings. Where was that turquoise one? Or not turquoise, but that peach coral wall
I think
hanging.
that was downstairs.
See, yeah, there's two. I'm telling you.
So this
Yep.
must be the downstairs window then.
Yep. Which would make sense for a handprint.
Unless someone was sliding it. No, you would almost, you could be sliding it to
No.
get in. The thumb is right here.
Mm-hmm.
That's
we have
a
a
really
handprint.
long,
That's a
like
that's
from
a
the
wide
index finger to
span.
the thumb.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a guy's hand.
Yeah.
And as a right-hander, if I was right-handed from the outside, that would be where I would put my hand to have, to slide it the other way, right? You know what I mean?
Yes.
It is.
Yep.
It definitely
And-
is.
And it looks like these fingers were sliding it open and slid down as the window was sliding open.
Damn.
Fuck.
I like that he said, we got 20,000 tips. Keep them
Yep.
coming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it
He
makes me
said-
wonder why he wants them to keep them coming. It makes me
And he-
wonder if there's another person involved.
That made
Yeah,
me
that's what I
nervous.
said.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well,
I
I
said
don't
the
think we
same thing.
mentioned this on the public
Let me take a
live.
look, Meg.
It was reported that he asked if anyone else had been arrested
Mhm.
when he was
Yeah.
arrested.
Yeah. And he did not want to verify that. And he
Mhm.
almost slipped and said, I can't say it. He almost slipped and gave away that, like, he was verifying it without verifying it in a way.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't
Well,
know
I
really.
hear you.
I don't remember his wording exactly.
In one of the earlier pressers about the car, they said that we want to talk to the individuals
Mhm.
involved with that vehicle
Yeah.
because I went back and actually
Right.
watched that
Right.
presser.
I think
The
it's
squirrel.
whoever maybe loaned him the car, whose car that is, maybe.
Yeah.
What was the
Yeah.
was the date of his survey? Because I'm wondering if he recruited someone who had
7 months ago.
Okay.
March.
Yeah. So it would have been
You
about
know-
March.
You
But you
wonder,
know
like,
what?
if he
He
came
was-
across someone.
Yes,
you know?
he was open.
Mm.
You know what, Lizzie? He had himself wide open.
Yeah.
Contact me. Here's my
Mhm.
email. He could have
Yep.
gotten a criminal or
Yeah.
criminals
Yep.
involved.
Mm-hmm.
hmm
Holy shit.
Yeah.
And-
No, they were on it.
They were. But I wanted to ask you, ladies, do you? There's a lot of questions I have, but my main thing is, do you believe? Because I've always believed that the people that were on the bottom floor lived simply because the person that went in did not know the house and didn't know they were there. What do y'all think?
Could be.
I have a
I
tendency
think-
to agree with that.
Mhm. I think this
yeah.
dude was targeting those two girls, knowing they were in the same room together. And I don't think he knew Xana. Definitely didn't know Ethan was there.
Mm-hmm. I think that they were like collateral damage kind of thing. They probably woke
Yeah.
up and he got
Yeah.
them because they were awake, but the other two weren't. So
And I
Yeah. I
wonder
think he didn't
too,
know
you
if it was-
guys, if he went in the back door here, this sliding door, and went out the front.
Mm-hmm.
And I wonder if someone picked him up in that white car, and that's when
Exactly.
they squealed off.
It could
Exactly.
be.
That's exactly what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
Exactly. Because you think about it. Remember the original way that they found out the girls were dropped
His graduation
off by
was
the ride
May
share,
21st.
Whatever. Was that the sister acquired doorbell ring footage, right, or the doorbell cam, or some sort of footage?
What day did Dana Smithers go missing? His graduation date was May 21st, 2022.
That would have had where obviously when they're getting dropped off, that's in the front of the house.
Yeah.
So whoever had that footage had the footage of however that door got opened, right?
mm-hmm.
Or
Right.
left open.
But
Right.
You know-
ladies, don't you think he would go through the back? Because if he's a criminology major,
Well, I think he
I
came
believe
in through
he's-
the back. Yeah.
well, I think he came in through the back, but I would leave through the back too, because if he left it on the
I
front,
think he
he would
left through the
leave
back.
footprints.
Mm-hmm.
Wait.
So that's
But
what
we
we
don't know where the blood was. He
Mhm.
might not have been able to walk through the kitchen without trailing blood.
Right. Woo!
He might have had to
See?
make a hightail it out that front
Yeah,
door
like,
because
shit.
yeah, I can't track
go
this
that
through.
way.
Yep.
Right. Right.
Like it wasn't planned that way. I think
No.
it was a last minute thing, and that's why he didn't even bother shutting the door. He
Okay,
opened
but
it.
why
And
would
he
he
was
worry
gone.
about tracking it through? Why would he worry about tracking it through? He's stepped in. If he stepped in it, he's going to be tracking it wherever he left, and they would already know that because of the track.
Well, because he's a criminology major, and he knows that
Mhm.
his tennis shoes would leave specific
Right.
prints.
Right, but he had to get to the door somehow. So
you'd
what
think
did
that
he do?
he would.
Yeah, but if you look at the layout of the house, where the front door is, it's all just stairs. So he wouldn't need to
Yeah.
walk across the floor. He would go down the
Nope,
stairs
just right now.
and Bam. right out,
Yeah.
open the door. He could even hold on to the freaking banister. Okay, I'm going to actually skip that because I think he went out the back door. But look at the picture of his dad. Was he wearing shoes like his dad at the corner club? The mom is a mystery. She's a complete mystery.
Until that gas station manager found it and brought it to their attention.
Yeah.
I don't
Oh,
believe
wait a
them
minute. But
anything
why
about
would the
it.
gas manager just randomly bring? I mean, weren't there more than one car that went by that night? Or no?
She sat down and she had nothing to do. Basically, she was on the night shift. She had nothing to do, so she thought, "I'm just going to look at
But
all
what
this out
Jay's
the
saying
tape."
is she was looking for an Elantra because it was somewhere else.
I don't think so. I think that she saw it go back by at a high rate of speed, and that there were probably not that many going by.
But she
at a high
already
rate of
knew
speed
what
at that
she was
time.
looking for, though. When she went into the footage, she already knew what she was looking for.
I don't
correct?
think so. She said that no.
No?
She said she was just looking for any unusual.
That's what I was
activity.
wondering. Did what came first, the chicken or the egg? What came first,
Right.
the gas station clerk or the
Hmm.
Elantra?
Yeah,
don't
I think
know.
the gas station clerk, and because
wanna
when they
say you're
first
right.
reported it, said so.
Mhm.
Okay.
Because I
yeah.
think we didn't even know about it until this gas station lady called them and said,
No.
And it was
"Hey,
9 days later.
yeah, this
Okay,
car is going by."
yeah.
And I think you're right, Cheryl. I think it was going really fast,
Yeah.
and that's what caught
And
her
at
attention.
the time that they had stated, the
Yes,
weird shit
between
was going
3
down.
and 4, it was
Right.
like
Yeah.
3:45 or somewhere around
Okay.
there.
Mhm.
So
And
that
there
would-
wasn't a lot of other vehicles at that time either.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, it was unusual, and that's why she noticed it.
Did anyone figure out which direction that car was going? Was it going toward or away?
Okay, so I think that was actually the DoorDash that was driving around. But Bryan, if he was stalking them, he knew exactly what kind of shoes they wore. And remember you guys, he went to Marshall's, he went to Walmart. He had several receipts that they had follow through with his
Successful,
goal.
yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It's like
So-
his
And
own
you-
creepy real
It's like
world
he's
experiment.
yes, like
Yeah.
he's reenacting this
Exactly.
to figure out what went wrong because he has to know.
Where to correct it. And
Especially
the
with
fact
asking
that
that
you
question.
the fact that you use the word goal and that he used the word girl, and you mentioned that earlier. When people kill people in Kohberger,
Kohberger. Oh, here we go. Here's an old picture of Michael. Nico. And then they also have JJ, which reminded me of JJ in the Valley.
oh, nice looking man.
Auntie!
Cheryl, he's empty. Is Cheryl here right now?
Oh, nice looking man.
Auntie!
Cheryl, he's empty inside. And his nose has been broken too. Maybe they just no, his nose was definitely bruised in that one.
Yeah, it was.
Creep town,
But this is his daddy-o.
I was making an observation.
He's wearing a sweatshirt as well.
He's saying, "Hey, if you need something done, you do it yourself."
Right? He does look like he'd say that. What room is this, you guys? What upper room is that?
Hmm.
It's the one with the air conditioner.
That would
Cheryl.
be at the front, wouldn't it? 'Cause it's got slanted roof.
Yeah, that's in the front. That's in the
Yeah.
front, the one with the air conditioner. I think on the
So
right
is
hand
that the
side.
living room then?
If
Yeah,
it's
it would
right
be the
above
middle.
That tier, yeah, the middle. Yep.
Isn't that creepy? Their TV's on.
Mhm.
It
Yeah,
is.
It really is.
Oh, it was
And the
Major
fact that
League
you
with
can
Charlie
read what it
Sheen.
says is even worse.
It was what?
Major League.
Oh,
with
Major
Charlie
League. I
Sheen.
remember that movie.
Yeah, Charlie Sheen. Yep. Mm-hmm. Yep.
I
So
was
we don't
thinking
think
it was
that's
that one, but I
him.
wasn't sure. No.
Now.
No. Oh my God, Jay.
Okay, so there's the apartment building that he lives in. If you guys didn't see that earlier. This is Creepo's
what floor is
apartment.
it? Do we know? Do we know
The
what floor he lives
second
on?
floor.
Okay.
So I don't know if it's this side over here or
I
this
think it's.
side.
I think from looking this way, it's to the left because there was a picture from the back, and they could see people to the right, so that would be all the way. Yeah, so that would be the left.
So like
side.
these ones.
Yeah.
Creepy, man.
It is.
Mhm. Imagine being his
Welcome
neighbor
back,
right
obsessed.
Oh,
Oh,
Being like,
man.
holy
I'd be
shit,
moving.
what the hell?
I know.
To
They were
the
over
other
here.
side. Yep.
Mhm.
yeah. Because
So
she
they
was
were
leading,
o-
correct?
Right.
So they were
they
to
were
the
over
other
here.
side. Yep.
Mhm.
And
So
there's
that
no windows
TV
on that side. Like, from those apartment buildings, there's
There's
Oh,
that
yeah.
piece of artwork on the wall.
yes.
Yep. There's
This
coral
is-
color.
This
Yep.
is that sliding
the
window, guys.
Mhm,
Yep.
yeah.
Nice call, Jay.
So did he go in that window right there? And then when did he meet up with Ethan and Xana? So hear me out.
Mhm.
Is it possible that he met up with Ethan and Xana first? The girls heard it and started calling Jack.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
Could
because
be.
they didn't really know what was going on to call 911. Maybe they weren't like
Mhm.
thinking, oh, people are getting killed right now. Maybe they
But they
thought
didn't
someone,
know maybe a fight,
yeah, like
Yeah.
someone's getting in a fight down there, and we're
Mhm.
calling him and he was really at home sleeping.
And they
And
said that they were.
They wouldn't call the cops. They wouldn't call the cops.
They
These
wouldn't-
psychology students
right.
have alcohol
Listen,
and drugs.
they've
and everything
already
else in
had
house.
the
They're
cops
not doing
there
it.
3
Yeah,
times
they're not
since
doing it.
August.
Yeah, they're
The
not
house was already on alert from the sorority.
Yeah. They're not gonna call the cops
They
unless
wouldn't call
they just
the-
wouldn't.
No, they called Jack. We're seeing all kinds of dirt. Whoops.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We're seeing all kinds of dirt and stuff all over.
Yep.
It looks like it has that white shit on it.
Yeah,
Mhm.
unless he was like touching Crisco, it wouldn't show up like that normally.
Yeah.
Right.
I think that's
Wow.
it.
And they could have matched these fingerprints right here.
Easy.
But after arriving, what steps did you take prior to locating the victim or target,
That's so
i.e.,
specific.
person or object? Please detail your thoughts and feelings.
Wow.
It's just so weird that all of these questions relate to what he did.
Every
Well,
one
and
of
the-
them.
Every
Like,
one of
And
them.
the way
them.
the way that they're questioned too, it's
Yeah.
like he's
The
thinking
verbiage.
from after committing a crime. Like, who thinks of that? Like, who goes up to like Chris Watson was like, okay, so what was your first thought when
Yeah.
Shanann came home? Was it automatically strangle her or
Right.
Yeah.
like that's
What
kind
were
of a
your-
weird question.
What were your thoughts and feelings on the porch when you were talking about your children throwing chicken nuggets at you?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Please detail your thoughts and feelings at that point.
Yeah. I
Chris
wonder what
Watts
other
would be like, "Oh, I like this
I
shirt a
wasn't
lot.
thinking- Yeah.
Exactly.
I wasn't thinking.
I had an
That would be good.
inclination that I like this shirt a lot." I think she got this one on Amazon, actually.
Oh my god.
We always had Amazon boxes on our porch every day.
Oh.
They did too. Okay. Here is the next one. Did you prepare for the crime before leaving your home? Please detail what you were thinking and feeling at this point.
Wow.
AV is asking what this questionnaire is from.
Who is?
AV.
Reddit, right?
Oh, remember early on that when we talked about the picture of Kaylee that someone told me was from a movie? That was posted on Reddit before we even knew anything. And he named it. Bryan Kohberger named that screenshot that was dated November 13th at 3:10 a.m. Step 1.jpg. Step 1.jpg. Keep that in mind as you listen to this playback about his survey that he put out on Reddit. Yeah, from Reddit. He posted it on Reddit in several groups in order to get people to participate.
I
Were
know
you
we can't
under-
research everybody, but does it not ring bells when somebody puts that kind of stuff on Reddit? It does to me.
Well,
this
but
real?
when he's a criminal psychology major, is it that?
No.
I mean,
would
I don't
say
know.
Yes, because he has students to ask that crap.
Well, I mean, I don't
He
know
can get
what
into
under the influence of drugs or alcohol. He wants to know if these motherfuckers are on drugs. Were you experiencing
Oh.
issues with your family? Are you affiliated with a gang? Because he don't want to fuck with no gang member.
Right.
Mhm.
No, that's how you get a black
Dude,
eye
was
and a broken nose.
oh my god,
Yeah.
was this questionnaire in order for him to weed out someone to do this crime?
I mean,
I think it was for
what I
him to
was-
weed out, to figure out what not to do.
yeah, or
Yeah.
that. Yep.
Oh
Yeah, getting
god.
tips.
It's so mind bending.
I think it's weird he's asking, like, do you have, what was the question? Something about family.
Oh, were you experiencing
issues?
issues with your family?
And he apparently had a bad childhood.
Right.
Mm.
So I think that says a lot. Like his
Like
anger
he's trying to figure out
and
himself.
like whatever's
Mhm.
wrong inside of him,
Mm-hmm.
he's associating that with his bad
Yeah.
experiences with his family.
Yeah.
Did you see the post from his mother? I think it was his mother.
About Uvalde.
Yes.
I
It-
did.
Yeah,
What is it?
I did not. What did it say?
It's from
the
the
school
Daily
Yeah.
Mail,
Go-
I think. Hold on. Oh no, go ahead.
No, please, because I would rather you talk than me.
Let me see. I gotta find it now. Daily Mail. I tell you what, they can be off, but they do have some great insight to stuff.
Oh, yeah, they do.
Okay, so May 24th of 2022, she submitted a letter to a local newspaper.
Yep.
It included a poem written by Melissa, their daughter, Bryan's sister. Brief of their laughter, there is now not a sound as we lower our children into the ground, small hands and feet buried 6 feet deep into the earth of the world that failed them. As I read this poem, I thought, whatever the solution, I pray we consider the children before the gun.
What?
What is
And
that
that's all
mean?
she wrote.
What the heck? When was that?
So, May 24th. I think what she's trying to say is that we think of the children before gun rates.
And I believe she's some sort of mental health therapist.
Yeah, she's a behavior therapist.
Okay, there it is. Yep. Yep.
She wasn't very good. Look at her brother.
Mm.
Wait, you guys, I was wrong. Why did I think that there was a sliding glass door down here?
No, it's just windows. Kaylee had the sliding doors. They're just windows, but I don't know how far does the little porch deck
Been on the ground prior to the murders.
forever.
And she's
Yeah.
holding the flashlight for.
Yeah. Now I'm not a fan of Chris McDonough, but you know what? He had a picture with that. There was a screen on the ground. I don't know if y'all saw that.
Oh yeah, yeah, you you know know what? what? I
for a
found
while.
out from JLR that had been on the ground prior to the murders.
Forever.
Yeah, it was
Yes.
off in the previous noise complaint.
Yep,
Okay.
I
body
did.
cam footage.
Yep, I did find that out
Good.
Yeah.
Good. Yeah,
because
I
I
mean, you
wondered
figure-
about that too.
Yeah, you figure, you're a bunch of, like, who cares? It's a screen. Who gives a shit? And just leave it on the ground.
But they
If the switch
right.
is out, do you think maybe people went in and out of that window, and maybe when he was looking at it, he saw somebody do that? Maybe that gave him an idea.
Mm-hmm. Could be. It's all very interesting.
It really is. I mean, to look at these photos too, like now.
Maybe they were looking in each window to try to figure out if everyone was asleep, where everybody was, and then went in. Like maybe they went to the front, maybe they went to the back, and then entered. You know what I mean? Like,
But why is there 4 of them there looking at this?
yeah.
I
Well,
mean, they.
maybe more fingerprints.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like
Yeah.
you're looking through a window. I mean, you would think you would be smart enough. He's done all his research. You don't put your fucking hand on the glass. You
Yeah, I know. You'd think so.
Oh,
You
wear
know,
gloves.
Right.
Or-
Right.
But if people use that window to go in and out, there are probably a lot of fingerprints on it.
I was
I
going to
mean-
say, like, yeah, there's a lot of people that have been around that house having parties and stuff. There's probably
Well,
fingerprints everywhere.
Right.
Oh, I can
Yeah.
imagine.
Well, that house was filthy.
Yeah, I was
I
gonna
mean-
say, they're not Windex in the window.
No. Uh-uh.
No, because it wasn't very clean at all.
Uh-uh.
Hence
No.
the scissoring stools.
I'm just trying to find more of
Oh,
the.
yeah, in the corner.
I almost just spit my drink out.
Oh, that one's real little too. Why? Oh, yeah, that was just another nighttime shot. I found some other nighttime ones. Wait, what's this? Oh, that's that same one. Skip through these. So yeah, definitely see all those markers. That could be blood
whatever,
spatter.
grad, whatever.
We weren't really thinking that before, but now I am. I have another good one. We have a lot of good information that we dug into, you guys. Let's play this part. Got this out there and kept it out there that they were exploring the possibility that the quadruple murders may be connected to a 2021 unsolved stabbing murder 400 miles away in Oregon. Back on the 13th of August, 2021, a couple was attacked in their home in Salem, Oregon by a masked assailant. He was masked.
Yeah.
Who broke in armed with a knife. Travis Juten, 26, and Jamie Lynn Juten, 24, were woken at around 3 a.m. in the morning when the mystery attacker entered their bedroom and stabbed them both multiple times. Mr. Juten tried to fight off the attacker, but was stabbed to death. Miss Juten was stabbed 19 times, but miraculously survived. There's a $50,000 reward, and they've never had it solved. And then here's another one to show proof on November the 24th. New York Post, cops probing link between University of Idaho murders and similar Oregon stabbing. It says right here, Moscow Police Chief James Fry was asked Wednesday if his officers were looking into any possible connection to the unsolved double stabbing. And Chief Fry said, "We are looking at every avenue, and we have other agencies reaching out to us with other cases and stuff that we are going to follow up on those."
Yeah.
I think
But you made a very astute. You noticed that 3 a.m. happens over and over and over.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so does the 13th.
13.
Yes. Yeah. And I would be really interested to see, is 3 a.m. the prime time that most people break into homes or whatever it is? Because if not, there's something there.
Definitely. Well, there's something there with not only the time, but the dates.
Yeah.
Like, the one in 2021 was like, I don't know, August or something. When was it? Let's see.
There was, I can't remember if it was 2020 or 2021, but it was June 13th. But there
August.
were
That one was
two in that year.
Okay, so these people here was August 13th of 2021.
I think it was Illinois one. See if you can find that one. I think it was an old lady.
Okay, let me see.
Illinois, June 2020.
Illinois, and she died, right?
Yeah, I think she was the one that died.
Look at other people are looking it up. Look, June 13th, it automatically came up. Residents stabbed in their sleep, suspect at large. June 23rd, I forgot about this one. Came out. So June 13th, 3 a.m. Look at that.
Yeah.
No, Bryan was doing online school, yo.
That's his time. I have a feeling that
it's not a numerology killer booze.
Oh, she didn't? It must have been the 2021 then that died.
The suspect, most likely known to the victim, entered the home and attacked him while they slept. The victim was able to go to a neighbor and call 911. FYI, Bryan was doing online school at DeSales University. He could have been anywhere. And released. I think there's another one though.
Yeah,
this is the one you sent me. This is the Sandra Ladd. Yep, this is the other one unsolved.
What was that one? 2021.
Sandra Ladd is the one in Washington.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so there's this Travis and Jamie Lynn. Jamie Lynn survived. Travis died. Sandra Ladd, 71, was found in her home in Washougal, Washington.
Yeah, that's the one.
On June 14th, but she was killed on June 13th,
Hi, Ken.
2020. Her death was ruled a homicide. after the medical examiner found multiple stab wounds in her torso. This is poor old Sandra Ladd. The two attacks happened 14 months apart, 70 miles apart from each other, and they're 5-hour drive west of Moscow. Like the attack on the Jutins, the incident happened between 3 and 4 a.m. on the 13th of the month. This was already noted back on November 24th.
24th, yeah.
But they didn't talk about it anymore. Do you want to know why I think that is? I think that's because
catch on.
The FBI got involved and said, nope,
Stop.
nope, we're not going to talk about these being linked because we're going to cue this guy off.
Yeah.
So they didn't.
I think you're right.
And when did he graduate and get his bachelor's? 2020?
2020 his bachelor's, 2021 his master's. Started his PhD this year.
And these started 2020, almost every year since.
This is weird.
Maybe that's when he considered himself a professional.
After he'd done his studies.
Yep.
Yeah.
November the 26th, Newsweek. Date of Idaho college murders sparks new theory about stabbings. Look at this. Sleuth 58273 noted that both the Idaho attack and a number of other stabbings took place on or around the 13th day of the month and asked whether this is a coincidence or not.
How could it be a coincidence?
It's not. It can't be.
I don't see it. It's got to have some.
See, at a press conference that was in the end of November, Chief James Fry said he had received a tip in relation to the Oregon attack. Let's see what this video is. Shocks, pegs, lucky. See, no one gets my humor.
What?
Listen. That's it right there.
Can't hear anything.
Yeah, I can't hear it.
Yeah, we can hear it.
We don't want to put our investigation. We do want more information, but we don't want to put our investigation in jeopardy by releasing what we have. There's always a balance between what you're willing to release versus what you're trying to gather. We told the public very clearly from the beginning that we're looking for a knife. We've told the public very clearly from the beginning that we believe it was a targeted attack. I mean, to be honest, you're going to have to trust us on that at this point because we're not going to release why we think that.
Our investigators are looking at any possible connection to an unsolved double stabbing in the Salem, Oregon area about 1.5 years ago. Specifically, 2 people stabbed in their home in the middle of the night, long knife, no suspect at this point. One died, one survived.
I think we're looking at every avenue, and we have other agencies reaching out to us with other cases and stuff that we are doing follow-up on. We will continue to follow up on those.
Are you aware of that case?
Actually, I had a tip come in on that case, and I forwarded it to our tip line.
But I find it so interesting that this was brushed upon in the end of November, over a month ago. Over a month ago, and they managed to just sweep that shit right under the rug.
Yeah.
And none of us thought really twice about it. We were like, oh, they said it wasn't connected.
And we took them for their word.
We did.
So many other
we
things.
did exactly what they want us to do and just not think about it.
But you did say, Jay, that you didn't buy it. You did say you weren't buying a lot of things that they said.
Yeah, I did. I think they were saying that for specific reasons, like to not tip off the person. Because, I mean, if they come out and say, yeah, sir, we do think that might have something to do with it. Like, why would they say that ever?
But even about the people that you thought that they said were cleared and things like that.
Yeah, that was just way too quick.
It was.
Mm-hmm.
But is it way too quick if they get DNA and they directly link to this guy? But
Yep.
That's
that
the thing
would
as
be
well.
the only way.
They could clear people quickly if they had that DNA as well.
That would be the only way. Is like not
I think they definitely
process of elimination. Like, but the opposite. You know, you have your guy.
Yeah.
But they
Chaser.
eliminated those people early before they
Paper Chaser, you're gonna have to put that in a song. Creep Town, dude. Okay, I've got another video, you guys. Another throwback from a couple months ago where we were picking up on all of this. Yes, we were. Yes, we were. Let me go ahead and send that to myself. And say hello to Emmy, aka Mama. This is the mamas. This is the mama of the kitties. Okay, we're gonna talk about. Let's see, what is this entitled? Phone pings versus camera footage.
Guy, like there's stuff. There's
Oh, there's Shane. There's Shane Calkins. He wasn't a hit with the ladies. He went to the bar in the brewery in Pennsylvania when he was going to DeSalle and had notes written next to his name in the computer. This dude's a creep. This dude called me a bitch because I didn't accept his advances. This dude, you know, makes all the women feel uncomfortable. I really do feel like he did the same type of action at the Corner Club. And I think that Mark at the Corner Club is probably very aware of who Bryan Kohberger is. So I think people need to leave Mark alone.
I think that they said that that he had never been to the Corner Club.
Right. I mean, of course they're going to say that. If that was your establishment, wouldn't you?
True.
Okay, let's go back. I mean, let's go back. This is interesting. This is a good live. And she looks uncannily like the girls, you know, like the blonde and just, you know, I get that she's 50 some years old, but you know what I'm saying? That same kind of general look. Hello. And then over here taking the video, it's funny because when I scrolled through these the other day, I did notice this girl. And what went through my mind was, oh my God, that girl resembles Cher. And I just kept it moving. Like I didn't think anything of it. Well, then this morning I saw that Bullhorn Betty YouTube channel has a thumbnail and it says Bryan's sister at the scene.
Bryan's sister.
So
that's when the misinformation
do I know if this is his sister? I do not. His sister looks very petite to me. This woman looks pretty hippie. I don't know.
She does kind of look like her in the face.
She does. She does resemble her. But then again, so does everybody else. I mean, how many people? I don't know. I mean, it's uncanny and weird. I mean, she looks a lot like Kaylee as well. The lawyer I was talking about. But if his sister, I don't know how that works. Would they allow his sister to help the defense team?
I wouldn't think they would.
No.
But
why couldn't she? I mean, but why couldn't she? Like, what would be the reason she couldn't? I don't think you could.
Mm-hmm.
But this is the only time that I saw that about his sister. Because literally when I was scrolling through, I was just paying attention. I'm like, oh, there's the lawyer. I did glance over. And if you glance, it kind of looks like Cher a little bit. And I just went, oh, I just kind of thought to myself. And then I just kept it moving and went on to the next pick. Well, then I saw that thing. And then a couple people in chat have said, why is his sister at the scene? I wanted to bring it up because everyone's going to be talking about that. But if you look
about it.
Okay, so, but if you look here and then you look here, I don't think his sister's hair is that color. I mean, she could have bleached it, but it looks a little bit different in that picture than it does here. Here it looks a little darker, don't you think?
Yeah, it does.
I mean, and I think what really throws us off sometimes is that, a lot of these photos are taken when these people are in action. And when you're in action, you don't always look the same as you do, like, if you're posing.
Mm-hmm.
So people tend to look different. I mean, because this girl's, like, doing something. She's, like, videoing and, like, focusing and da-da-da, and her stance and everything else. But then when you look over here, she has, like, way blonder
It's
hair.
not his
You know what I mean?
sister.
Like, I don't know. I just don't think you can go off one shot and go, oh my God, that's Bryan's sister. And then start this big uproar. It's Bryan's sister. She's on the property. She's, doing something to the crime scene. It's not going to be fair. And it's going to be, and then you're going to open up this whole can of worms that can go down 50 more trails.
And I think that's exactly why they wouldn't have a family member there as well, because it would start all that kind of stuff. It could jeopardize their case.
Yeah, I mean, I would think if the defense wanted to bring in his family member,
Yeah, it's not
to
either sister.
assist
I know he's
on
got
the
two.
crime scene, that they would have to get permission from the prosecution to do that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think that would just be automatic. Like, oh, hey, it's a free for all. Come on. Oh, Bryan's sister. Oh, you were in a slasher flick in 2011. Come on. Bring your camera. I just think that's a little far-fetched. But, all these oddities make our minds go like, there's got to be more to this. This doesn't make sense. Look at the kid. So I don't know. I guess we won't know. I mean, it is what it is. Now everybody's going to stalk and try to find out who this chick is that was on her team. It's just going to be a mess. This lady's going to be like, get me the fuck off this case. For real. Oh, look who's in chat. Ha! Shane Culkin made it today. Hold up. It came in hot with the $20 super chat. Please, Roses, thank you so much for your super sticker. I gotta go way back. There he is. He says, ha! I made it today.
After coming in right at the very end yesterday.
I know. He's like, damn it. I'm like, damn it. Happy New Year, Shane. Happy New Year. Wow. Okay, here we go. For my privacy, I reckon.
Probably.
In case there's something damning in here. Okay. So we are starting out. Okay, hang on. Stadium Way, 5:27 a.m.
4:24. No, 2:44 a.m. WSU cameras.
See, this is, maybe I should open it up in the other thing. Oh, Jay, get your shit together. Here we go. And he was heading back at 3:20. See here.
Yeah, southeast
Nevada
Street.
Street. Yep,
There it is.
camera, ping. Ooh, this is good info. This is when we really got deep on the pings, Potato. On Google Earth.
Yeah.
But can I make this like whatever you call this, satellite instead of
No idea.
Okay. I figure it out in just a minute here. So see, this puts it in order for us, right?
Yeah.
And we're starting on the 13th at 2:44 a.m., correct?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay. All right. This is going to be easier to follow right now, I think, just because of the points. Because that's really what we want to look at. We don't really care about the terrain. So here's Steptoe Apartments. And then the first camera picks him up. Oops. Wait, why does this show steptoe up here? Oh, just because that's okay. Never mind. That's where you turn in at. Okay, I'm getting it down. Bear with me. All right, so that's 1630 Northeast Valley Road, and this is his home. And then the next thing we have is 2:44 a.m. The WSU camera north on Southeast Nevada at Northeast Stadium Way, and that would be right here. Do I need to zoom in on this for you? Or is it okay? Can you guys read it?
Hold on, let me make it full screen.
I might be able to zoom in like one more notch.
It's okay. No, it looks fine.
That's probably a little bit better. Okay, so 2:44 a.m. Let's slow down now that I got the dang map. So the first thing that we know of, anyways, is the camera near his home. On Nevada. Then at 2:47, he's moving through South Pullman, which is right here. Summer. Stop. And that's his cell ping.
Yeah, and that's the last it reports as well.
So that's the only one that they have together is him in Pullman.
Yep.
Dang.
Yeah, so he obviously turned his phone off.
Yeah, he played the digital forensics in this to a T, I think.
Mm-hmm.
God almighty.
On the way there he did, but on the way back, not so much.
He was more sloppy as we look. Okay. So then the next one is going to be 2:53, and this is going to be another camera. The rest of these are cameras. 2:53, he's seen right in that same vicinity.
Mm-hmm.
So you can see here.
Yeah, southeast
Camera.
on Nevada Street.
Yep, camera, ping. Then the next one is going to be 3:26, and he is 700 block Indian Hills Drive.
Yeah,
Left.
so it doesn't show him anywhere like on the route from Pullman to Moscow, but it takes the same amount of time as it does for his route back. So judging by that, you can tell
So
he probably took the same route.
So we're to assume that, okay, this is really crazy. So we're to assume that he left his house 2:44 and he was heading back at 3:26.
No, that's when he was caught on camera in Moscow. So he was last caught on camera just before the SR 270. And then he was caught on the 700 block in Moscow at 3:26.
Potato was making tea in this
Potato.
live.
Mm-hmm.
Can you do something real quick before I lose my train of thought? Can you see how long it would take to walk from, or not walk, rather, to bike from 1122 King Road down that path, Paradise Path, to his house in Pullman? Like if you put biking, it'll probably throw you on that path. I just don't want to lose my thought.
Yeah, hold on.
I just had a really like just looking at your timeline on the left side. I was just like reading it going down, and I just had a thought pop in my head. That's
So
always
1122 to his house.
Mm-hmm. On a bike.
What is it? 1630 Northeast Valley. 50 minutes.
50 minutes. She was peeling potatoes. Probably. Knowing potato. Interesting. So the thought I had, I know I'm skipping ahead, but if you think about, because I'm just trying to think about him being trying to be tricky, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm thinking, did he hand his phone off to someone before the murders and then he didn't have it again? But I just had this other thought pop in. Now listen, hear me out. My thoughts. If he departed the house at 4:20 a.m. at a high speed, obviously in the car, right?
Yep.
Southbound on Walenta. That was at 4:20. 4:48, the phone is turned on. Now think back to the knife attack on Paradise Path with those kids back in September. The knife attack on Paradise Path, the person was on a mountain bike. And I think Olive Juice here yesterday confirmed there was a mountain bike at Bryan's apartment when they were getting shit out. I didn't see it, but I trust Olive. Could he have, this is fucking crazy, but could he have talked someone into like taking him from King Road, dropping him off where his bike was on Paradise Path, and meanwhile he's got his phone turned off, and then when he bikes down the path, because that path goes between Moscow and Pullman, he bikes down the path. When he gets to Pullman, he turns that shit back on, and then we have nothing but pings. We don't have the car. So at 4:48, his phone's turned back to on, and then from 4:50 to 5:26, then we'll get to that. But I wanted to think through that part.
But his pings travel down the I-95 to Uniontown.
Right. And then we'll talk through that. I don't know, man. This is just so interesting. You did a great job putting this together.
And that's the thing with this. Like, you can see his route of travel on the way back, but not on the way there.
Right. That's what makes me think the way that I am. Okay. So let's do a rundown. 2:44, he's seen at WSU cam, and then the next camera 3 minutes later is in the same vicinity, right? Same light, and then the phone pinged at that same light.
Yeah.
Then at 2:53, okay, I just want to make something clear. I saw a comment in chat. I have always said meat and potatoes. I've never watched that person you're talking about. Someone else said something about that. I don't know who that person is, but I don't take people's lines. I definitely did not. And I don't think a YouTuber came up with the line meat and potatoes. That's been a really old saying. Just throwing that out there. It's just right down the street here, right? Or are these all the same? Yeah, those are all the same incident.
Yeah.
So now
he's
we have
moving
to,
towards the 270.
right, which goes straight across, which is right. Okay, hold on. Here. Let's look at Lala in chat. Lala got beach vibes. Someone was arrested for the bike incident already. Yeah, BK. You're right, they were.
Mm-hmm. But he doesn't go that way.
But he
because it only
doesn't
takes 15 minutes to get to
that?
Moscow if you take that route.
Right.
But
so
it
instead
took
he went
him-
down this way. Let me zoom out.
He must have done, because it took about 46 minutes until the next when he was seen on camera, I think it is in Moscow.
It's just the second time I saw it. And okay, so they'd have no pings, probably because there's no cell towers here. Remember, we were looking at this and this was all mountainous.
Mm-hmm.
So it kind of makes sense that he wouldn't ping. It doesn't really mean his phone was off.
Although the ones at the bottom are pings. There are none on the way, but there are on the way back.
Up here?
All of these on this route here are pings.
But this whole stretch has nothing.
I think because he turned his phone off.
I just think there's probably no. I think there's
Because if
shoddy signal.
If he'd gone that way on the way there, then if his phone was on, it would have pinged him like down Uniontown.
Yeah, it's just
on the way
because
there.
it's the boonies and the mountains. I just have a feeling, because there's not a whole hell of a lot of stuff here, that there's probably not good service. Because I know some of the YouTubers, even at the house in Moscow, were having shoddy service. So, I mean, maybe he turned it off, but do they know for sure?
That's
that
what
it was powered
when they had discussions. This says it in the affidavit that they had discussions and stuff, and it seemed like he turned it off, because then it turns back on after like 4 a.m. on that route.
Well, that happened in the Morphew case too. That Barry said he put his phone or he said that he didn't have signal, and then they were like, it could have been in airplane mode, so it was like this big thing. But we know that he studied like digital forensics, so this is going to be his cup of tea. Like, I think this right here is going to be this is going to be Bryan's fuckery. Whereas, like, back in, you know, the old school serial killers, they didn't have technology. I mean, their shit was raw. They were like ripping sheets and strangling people and playing games with leaving things at the scene. This might be his fuckery, or what he thought was his fuckery. So 3:26, he's in Moscow. So we assume he drove, right?
Yeah, so that route that I put on is just the one on the way back. But yeah,
Right,
I
but
assume
he-
he did just because it took the same amount of time.
Right. So we assume he took that same route there, but we don't know for a fact.
Nope.
Okay, so the next one is going to be 3:28. And El Creepo is, let's see, what color is this one? There it is. He's on Steiner Avenue. And let's zoom out so we can see where that is. So he got off, I guess, this freeway.
The 95, yeah. He was going westbound.
Oh, okay. I just
Steiner.
saw 8. It's the 95. Okay, I see it up here. And he's heading right to their house, it looks like. So the next one is going to be 3:29. 1 minute later, he's on King Road. He makes 3 passes by the residence and leaves on Walenta. So let's zoom down. Here's the King Road house, right?
No, it's further up. Down Queen Road.
Right here.
Where the red car is. It's that one, like, set back up.
Right here.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just turned around. I get confused because why is it Queen? Okay.
Yeah, it's Queen Road, but it's also King.
But
Road.
it's like King
when
Road,
they did
too.
when they did the noise complaints and stuff, they said like that it was Queen Road.
Okay, so this is him here at 3:29 a.m. This is his.
Yeah.
his-
So it's when he got.
his
It's when
phone.
he was picked up in that area. So it seems like he circled the house a few times.
Now, do we know? Does this Queen Road lead all the way out to Walenta, or is there one way in and one way out? Do we ever like
I
get
don't know. What's that?
confirmation?
I can remember the last time we talked about this. Someone was saying that it does have a bit that comes out onto Walenta, because obviously on this map it looks like it's a dead end at the end of Queen Road, but it says in the affidavit that he went down King Road and then came off at Walenta, like he was doing a circle.
I just pulled it up on Earth. Let's pull it up on Earth and look, because you can see it a lot better.
Ooh, thunder.
Because I know we can't dangle our little dude down there, but
Mm-mm.
we can at least maybe get an idea. See, because there's like a house there, so I don't know.
Yeah.
I could see maybe walking through there. If you're like walking, might cut through. But I don't think you can drive through there.
Yeah, it's confusing because it doesn't make sense then, because it says that he comes off on Walenta. So how, if you can't get through there?
Daisy. You can. Maybe there's an alley. Sometimes these roads are weird. There might be an alley next to this house. Oh, wait. Look. Well, let's just put Google Guy down there and see. Dangle the dongle of Bryan Browberger. Does that mean he
Really
parked?
doesn't look like it, does
Oh,
it?
so does that mean, are they alluding to the fact that he parked his car?
Well, no,
Here?
because it drives past again.
But wait a minute.
He definitely stays in his car because it
Placenta.
says that he drives past the residence again and then he stops at one of the houses on Queen Road and turns around and goes back again down that same road past the house.
I think that's DoorDash now that we think about it. That's so weird.
I know, because it does sound like he's doing circles, and then when he realizes that no one's at the house, he turns around, goes back the way he came, and then does that 3-point turn at the junction, goes back to the house, and then stops.
See, now I'm turned around, but I'm horrible with maps, so you're going to have to bear with me. Mathematics and maps, not my forte.
Same.
I'm like, where's north? I just always point ahead of me.
Oh my God.
It's bad.
I had to ask my kids. I was like, if this map's like facing this way on here, does that mean north is at the top?
Oh my God. You know what I learned? I do this, north, south, west, east. And I always remember because it's we. That's the only reason I remember, because it spells we.
And if you go around in a circle clockwise,
oh my God, we're admitting that we're really, really, really bad with direction.
Mm-hmm.
He said that's where everyone in the neighborhood would take their dogs. I was like, what? Oh no, Jeremy spoken. Yeah, I was just looking at the year. Class today. So yeah, I mean, there's the house, but if you look up that hill where we were at,
dude.
Can you wash this?
Tell him no.
Sorry.
What's weird is that this house is blurred out still. Oh, it's blurred out on this view. Weird. You guys, this neighborhood, I can't with it. And it depends on what
Takes
time
you
of
back
the
to
year.
1982.
Too, with these leaves. I mean, look how full it is. I don't know if you'd be able to really see through there. All right, we're going to skip a little bit. So from 4:04, the car comes in, and then at 4:20, it's departing at a high speed.
Yep.
A total of, I'm mathematically
16.
challenged, 16 minutes. So in 16 minutes, do you think it's possible to kill 4 people?
It seems like a really short amount of time, but who knows?
You know what? Let's talk
you
about
must-
that. Remember when we watched the Tristan Bailey or the sentencing for Aiden Fucci? And she sat there and put the pebbles in the jar for the 100 stabs that Aiden Fucci stabbed her sister. And for her to even count to 100, do you remember how long that took her? You know, we think 15 minutes isn't a long time when we're driving to work or when we run into the grocery store or we run to the gas station. You know, I'll be back in 15. Think about being inside while people are in their rooms and settling in and not expecting you.
He must have, because DoorDash was there. So would he have been in the house? Like Xana was up, wasn't she? And also Xana was on her phone at 4:12. So that's even less time.
Does it say a
Creeptown,
location
dude.
at 4:20? You just have departed high speed. Does it say Walenta?
Yeah, it says
Southbound on Walenta, possibly exited Palouse River Drive and Conestoga Drive. I don't like this possibly wording.
It was really
Number
hard
one.
to find that on the map as well.
Okay, so let me look again. Okay, 4:20 departed. Pulling up new documents right now, guys. I just really like the
Southbound on Walenta. Like, it seems like they know that he went back out to Walenta, but then don't.
Oh my
really know
gosh,
where
we have
he
a
went
lot.
from there.
Hold on. I'm going to interrupt And this then here rebroadcast to bring you guys this news. Check this out. We have a lot of new documents. Let's take a look. Okay, so we have the court minutes, then we have the notice of jury trial. Let's see, court minutes. Is this the one we heard already? Yes. Yes. All right. That's the hearing we watched. Notice of hearing jury trial. This is why we got all those things yesterday from Vine. 10-2. What? What? They have this scheduled for over a month, 6 weeks, ending the day before the murders. Oh my goodness. Wow. Literally just seeing it in black and white. I know we were told that, but just seeing it in black and white just makes it so much more crazy that it's going to fall right at that date. I mean, the day before. I mean, it may not take that long though, because I did hear, I think it was Lawyer say that seemed like a long time, or maybe it was Emily Baker. One of those two said that it seemed, or maybe it was Scott Reich. I don't know. It was one of those damn YouTube lawyers. The lawyers I love. Those are the 3 lawyers I love on YouTube. Thank you so much, Potato, for putting it on the calendar. Okay, here we go. All right, so let's go back. And then now we've got notice of hearing Mr. Gray's motion. 6-9 at 10:30. I will get our media requests in as well. Motion to compel. This is for the gag order. 6:27 at 1:30. And then Mr. Caroni's motion, 6-9. Oh, that's the media. That's the media. Order setting briefing schedule and scheduling oral argument. Based on the scheduling conference conducted on May 22nd, 2023, and following briefing deadlines to address the Associated Press et al.'s motion to intervene and motion to vacate the amended non-dissemination order. Hold on. Oops. Oh, whoops. Dang it. I have so many windows open. This thing's going haywire. This has been a long day. But lots of good stuff. And possibly justice in cold cases. I couldn't love that more. And I might have to eat my words on the whole Cold Case Foundation talking to Dateline. I might have to eat more words, but you know what? Sometimes you've got to eat your own words. It's okay. Part of the learning process. Okay, here we go. Any supplemental opening briefs and materials shall be filed and served no later than June 2nd, 2023. The AP is welcome to also submit an opening brief on cameras in the courtrooms. Response briefs by the state and defendant, including addressing the issue of cameras, shall be filed and served no later than June 6th. And then reply briefs no later than June 8th. Oral argument and any evidentiary presentations are scheduled for June 9th, 2023. The court will take up the Gonsalves family motion to amend or clarify amended non-dissemination order at 10:30. The court will then take up the Associated Press's motion to vacate the amended non-dissemination order and motion to intervene at 1:30 p.m. Both hearings will be conducted in person in courtroom number 3 of the Latah County Courthouse. State's request for discovery disclosure. Alibi demand. All books, papers, documents, photographs, tangible objects or copies or portions thereof, which are in custody or control of the defendant and which the defendant intends to introduce at trial, all results or reports of physical or mental examinations, aka visual snow, a list of all the names and addresses of all witnesses to be called, all written summaries or reports of any testimony the defense intends to produce. The summaries provided, they just flipped this around on the defense. This is everything the defense was asking for before they did the grand jury. They must describe the witness's opinions, facts, and data for those opinions, and the witness's qualifications. Disclosure of expert opinions regarding mental health. We're going with a mental health defense, I think. That's why he put this visual snow shiz out there. Or maybe he really does have visual snow. I don't know. But they want to know his alibis. They want all his witnesses that are going to be called, if they would call them. State's request for discovery, disclosure, alibi demand. Further, the state hereby demands the defendant notice of defense of alibi pursuant to Idaho Code 19519 and Idaho Criminal Rule 12.1. Okay, let's read that. Let's read Idaho Criminal Rule 12.1. All misdemeanor and felony cases shall be subject to mediation if the court deems that it may be beneficial in resolving the case entirely. No. Notice of alibi. If the defendant intends to rely on the defense of an alibi, then they must disclose it. So those of you who think he's innocent still have something, a thread to hang on to here. Like the ones who really are like professing, like here arguing about his innocence. And then 19519. At any time after arraignment before a magistrate, upon a complaint and upon written demand of the prosecuting attorney, the defendant shall serve within 10 days or at such different time as the court may direct upon the prosecuting attorney a written notice of his intention to offer a defense of alibi. Such notice by the defendant shall state the specific place or places at which the defendant claims to have been at the time of the alleged offense, and the names and addresses of the witnesses upon whom he intends to rely to establish such alibi. Within 10 days after receipt of the defendant's notice of alibi, but in no event less than 10 days before trial, unless the court otherwise directs, the prosecuting attorney shall serve upon the defendant or his attorney a written notice stating the names and addresses of the witnesses upon whom the prosecution intends to rely to establish the defendant's presence at the scene of the alleged offense and any other witnesses to be relied on to rebut testimony of any of the defendant's alibi witnesses.
Just help a brother out here.
Oh, there's more. 3. If prior to or during trial a party learns of an additional witness whose identity, if known, should have been included in the information furnished under subsection 1 or 2 that we just read, the party shall promptly notify the other party or his attorney of the existence and identity of such additional witness. 4. Upon the failure of either party to comply with the requirements of this section, the court may exclude the testimony of any undisclosed witness offered by such party as to the defendant's absence from or presence at the scene of the alleged offense. This section shall not limit the right of the defendant to testify on his own behalf. For good cause shown, number 5, the court may grant an exception to any of the requirements of subsections 1 through 4. So it's been after an arraignment, and they're asking for written notice of the intention to use an alibi as a defense, and that they want to the defendant has to state where they were and have witnesses that are going to corroborate that. Oh, we got some Tara Cook. Thank you so much.
Just help a
Canadian
brother out here.
22. Thank you so much, Tara Cook, for your support. Hot Ham Radio. Thank you for becoming a member. Welcome. Denise Shook has subscribed, and so did Josie. Thank you. Audrey. No Man of God. Angie B. And John. Thank you for your support. Thanks, Tara, again. I think that's all included in the trial time is jury selection and the whole bit. And that is signed by
Town, dude.
Mallory something. I don't know who that is. Magistrate? That's really super interesting, but that's all we have in this. That's new. I was cracking up when I was watching Emily Baker when she was reading this, the motion to enlarge. I was cracking up. She's so funny. This, I've never heard this, but I was laughing. Motion to enlarge time to file pretrial motions. Like, instead of asking for more time, they say enlarge the time. Could you please enlarge that for me? Weird. Okay. Sorry about that. Had to go over that, though. I mean, things are happening left and right. Left and freaking right here. You're welcome for gracing. Yes, thank you for unyoing today. HJ's pick. I know. It's so funny. It's so funny. I miss HJ. Huh? I have another. Hold on. Hey, Callum.
Creek Town, dude.
Okay, so we can look at Papa Rogers. Don't ask me. Wait, what? So do we think he's going to try to use this visual snow? Oh, venue change. They're probably going to use everything they can. Hopefully it doesn't delay it, though. But in 10 days, he has to do this alibi thing if he has one, if he's using one. Right? I'll spam her. You're such a brat. Welcome to J is for Justice podcast. If live breaking news and following true crime is your thing, welcome to all the new loungers today. I know there were some that were gifted earlier. Thank you guys. We're going to watch about this visual snow. If we think he might use this mental health. This isn't a long video either. It's only 10 minutes. Hi, everyone, and welcome back to Jay is for Justice. My name is Jay, and I am your host. I know this subject has been talked about in the past when it comes to Bryan Kohberger and the visual snow and the Tapatalk account. But the Idaho Statesman put out a pretty detailed article on the subject and what it's like to have this disorder.
The man charged with the stabbing deaths of 4 University of Idaho students has spent much of his teen and adult life consumed by a rare neurological disorder known as visual snow syndrome. He would talk about it, like, all the time. Thomas Arns, a former friend of Kohberger's in high school, told the Idaho Statesman in a phone interview. The word that comes to mind is that he was neurotic about it, and talked about it relentlessly. I guess it truly bothered him to no end. Learning of the condition
AI
through Bryan Kohberger was the first time many people following the case had heard of the little-known condition. Even experts say they have a lot to learn. Visual snow syndrome is a relatively recently observed condition that is believed to have been first described in 1995. It wasn't officially given a name until a 2015 study. People with visual snow report seeing small, moving dots across their vision. Those who grew up before the age of smart TVs should be able to easily picture what it looks like. Visual snow is like looking at the world through a fuzzy, static-filled television. They have like a broken TV box in front of their eyes. Lars Mikkels, a Swiss researcher working on some of the most recent studies of the syndrome, told the Statesman in a phone interview. Episodes of snowy vision usually last a minute but can go on for hours, Mikkels said. People report other visual distortions as well. It can look like it's raining when it's not, or as if there are 12 moving cars when there is only one. About half of patients report that visual snow is accompanied by migraines and a ringing in the ears known as tinnitus, both of which can be debilitating. Migraines can be painful enough to prevent people from performing daily activities, and tinnitus can make concentration and hearing difficult, according to the Mayo Clinic. Visual snow may affect up to 2% of the population, but not enough research has been done to get a true sense of its prevalence, the Mayo Clinic reported. Mikkels said visual snow is often misdiagnosed as either just migraines or just a visual problem. The connection is not always made between the two. A 2020 study found an average age of 29 among visual snow patients, who all reported that symptoms began early in life. The syndrome is equally common among men and women, unlike migraines, which affect women 2 to 3 times more than men. Online records suggest that Kohberger turned to the internet to talk about his struggles with the condition. A user who appeared to be Kohberger posted about visual snow on Tapatalk, an online forum, between 2009 and 2012. The New York Times, which was first to report on the Tapatalk account, noted that the username matched an email address belonging to Kohberger. References to his birthday lined up with his known birth date, and his listed location of Effort, Pennsylvania, matched Kohberger's hometown. A photo on the account appears to show Kohberger. The user, named Xer, those with visuals now, wrote that he developed the syndrome on September 21, 2009. Kohberger was almost 15 years old at that time. Since then, the user said he had changed, mainly from the anxiety and sense of derealization and hopelessness. He wrote frequently of how difficult it was to access memories. Ever since then I have been depressed, he wrote in 2010. I can't remember anything at all. And I always have this horrible pressure in my head. My mind is never not on visual snow, and I always wonder what a normal person would be doing while I sit there and suffer.
The Tapatalk user described feeling a lack of connection to life, saying his life felt like a video game. At times he was slightly into the game, but other times the game felt pointless and full of nothing. I have had this horrible depersonalization go on in my life for almost 2 years, a 2011 post said. I often find myself making simple human interactions, but it is as if I am playing a role-playing game. Looking into the faces of family members was like looking at a video game, but less. As my family group hugs and celebrates, I am stuck in this void of nothing. Feeling completely no emotion, feeling nothing. The post said, I feel dirty, like there is dirt inside my head, my mind. I am always dizzy and confused. I feel no self-worth.
Mickles said depersonalization or feeling as if one is in a video game is common. Reliable vision allows our brain to know it is in a stable environment. When seemingly random noises and visual disturbances are continuously popping up, it can make a person feel as if their environment is less grounded in reality. Mickles said living with a condition for which there is no cure can take a toll on one's mental health. People with the syndrome often suffer from mild to moderate depression, fatigue and insomnia. A 2021 study that surveyed 125 visual snow patients found that patients showed high rates of anxiety and depression, depersonalization, fatigue and poor sleep, which significantly impacted quality of life. Further, psychiatric symptoms, particularly depersonalization, were related to increased severity of visual symptoms. But Mickles isn't aware of a connection between visual snow and aggression.
When something is happening in your brain that shouldn't, chemicals are being released that shouldn't. These chemicals are released because we have toxins that our body doesn't want. It is going haywire. He pointed to a website called Know the Cause, which talks about the many ailments caused by fungi and yeast. The user said he planned to cure his syndrome through the diet on the website. The diet, known as the Kaufman diet, encourages people to eliminate a large number of foods, including sugar, wheat, corn, peanuts, soy, alcohol, and animals that were fed these products before slaughter. The user also wrote, the truth is, there is no test for our toxins. We just need to rid ourselves of them. Arntz remembered Kohberger trying to cure his visual snow through a diet. Carbohydrates were a big no-no, and you had to stay away from breads and absolutely no sugar. So mostly he would eat slices of ham and omelets, she said. And many people said they recalled Kohberger's considerable weight loss in high school.
Experts still don't know what causes visual snow syndrome, and there is no known cure. People who develop it have it the rest of their lives. But, as more research is conducted, clues are emerging about its origins. Research indicates that visual snow is connected to something going wrong with the visual processing center in the brain's cerebral cortex, causing it to overload and process sights incorrectly. There's probably too much fuel in the tank of these people, and the brain cannot deal with it, because it's overloaded with information, Mickles said. An overloaded brain forces it to work more and, similar to the way muscles grow with increased exercise, the high amount of activity causes extra brain growth. Mickles' research involves analyzing
self-medicating
images
with
taken
alcohol.
of the brains of visual snow patients. Researchers can see that a part of their brains is expanded, causing them to suspect this abnormal growth may be linked to visual snow symptoms.
After learning all of this about visual snow, do you think that this is something that Bryan Kohberger was ailing with? Do you think that this was a cause
Scary.
of his past drug use? Let me know what you think in the comment section below. Until then, stay safe, and I'll see you soon. All right. So that was just a refresher on what visual snow is. Nothing more, nothing less. We're just reviewing things that we know and things that we don't know. And we've done a lot of research here. So, yeah, I'm really happy to share our past research and see it come full circle. Let's see what else we have here. The Fox cameraman, remember him being threatened? Yep. The ransacked car where Corporal Green responded to that girl. How about this one? Remember this?
Police Fire Dispatch, this is Ari.
Hi, Ari. My name is Dave Transedge.
and I was just dropping off some paperwork for a client on street here in Moscow, and happened to see a bunch of crows hanging out on top of a house across the street, and I was just wondering if something had happened. I'd seen somewhere that like crows and vultures can hang out where people are, dead inside the house. Certainly, I hope that's not the case, but I figured I'd just call and have someone check on that property.
Okay, what's the address?
Did Bryan make this shit up?
And how do you
Look
spell
at the
that?
date. Look at the date.
Okay. And you said that was in Moscow, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, 1 second for me.
They may have already known about this harassment at this time, too.
Okay, I'm sorry.
This wasn't the 911 getting a lot of calls.
And what's your name one more time for me?
I'm Sage, S-A-G-E.
And what's the number you can be reached at, Sage?
I feel like this is a prank call. And he used someone else.
Okay.
Because when I looked this
and
guy
was
up,
phone contact
hold on.
After, or is it not needed?
I see what happened. When I looked this Sage up on Instagram, it was Brett Payne. It was Brett Payne naked in a mirror. Oh my God.
It's not needed. I just want to make sure, whoever's there is, there's like a ton of crows. There's a ton of crows on the roof. I've never seen so many crows just hanging out on the roof before. Just thought I'd call it in.
Okay. 1 second.
Payne wouldn't be calling 911. Mm-hmm. That pic is Payne naked. He was hosing these cops. I think he did something to their system. I don't know. Something he did with technology.
Okay. And when did you see this?
Oh, this was just in the last 5 minutes.
Okay.
Yes. Yes.
Okay. And how do you spell your last name, Sage?
Francetage, so France, like the country.
Uh-huh.
Then T as in Tom, I as in ice, C as in cats.
This reminds me of Bryan with
H
a
as in
voice
house.
changer or something.
Okay. And what's your date of birth, Sage? Okay. And what's your address?
Wait, how did he spell it? I'll show you the naked Payne if it's still up. Hang on.
Address. Okay. And what's your address?
God dang it.
As in house. House.
Okay. And what's your date of birth, Sage?
Sage Francetta or something?
And H as in cats. And H as in house.
God dang it, I didn't go far
And
enough
what's your date
again.
of birth, Sage? Okay. And how do you spell your last name, Sage?
Francetage, so France, like the country.
Uh-huh.
Then T as in Tom, I as in ice, C as in cats, and H as in house.
Okay. And what's your date of birth, Sage? Okay. And what's your address?
Maybe he is real. He looks like, watch.
Is that a house or an apartment?
It's a house.
Okay, perfect. Okay, I will get an officer out to check, and just to make sure, and I'm sorry, just to confirm, did you want phone contact afterwards, or you don't need it?
No need.
It's going to cut me off.
Perfect. Okay, perfect. I will get an officer out to go check, and I just wanted to let you know you have a very unique and very cool name. I really like it.
Oh, thanks, sorry.
Yeah. Okay,
Appreciate it.
you have a good day, okay?
You too. Thank you.
Okay, bye-bye.
Maybe the guy is real, but I think
J is for Justice podcast.
he was being hosed.
Roberta.
This is another girl who got ransacked. Same day as Sage's call, guys. Hold on. I don't have Instagram anymore. There is a picture. Who's that guy? Wait a minute. Wait. Look, he fucking made this. Bryan Kohberger's an asshole. Look at this. That's his dad. Yay, Mike. Glad you're solidified in Moscow. Mike. Or did his dad do this shit? What's going on? I think he's trying to. He made this. Okay. Look at the tan hat. Yes, look at, yay, Mike. That's a great man right there. Glad to see him back up in Moscow. What? $411 North Almond has sold. Thanks, Jason Albrecht, for treating me to the opportunity. It was my pleasure. 4 days ago? Wait, he didn't make this because 4 days ago? How? Tulips? What? Bumble. I asked her on a date at One World Cafe. This was a nervous time to be social between distancing restrictions and pretty recent reopenings related to the pandemic. We sat outside and wore our masks when we weren't drinking coffee. It was also the opening day of the Moscow Farmers Market, so it was busy downtown. We must have chatted for over 3 hours. I knew at the end of those 3 hours I wanted to see her again. I was only 6 months into my blue sky real estate adventure and living the bachelor life. Now 2.5 years in, I've started another real estate company. We're engaged. We're happy dog parents. I don't regret either decision from that highly unpredictable time. More like he was 6 months into his PhD. This is the weirdest shit I've ever seen in my life. Oh my God. Do I dare watch the introduction? You guys? Welcome to Jay's Rabbit Hole.
I've lived in Moscow for the greater part of my life. I was born at Kerman Medical Center. I was in the public school system, K through my bachelor's degree at the University of Idaho. So I'm deeply rooted in Moscow. I think it's easy in the process of buying or selling a home to feel uncomfortable or a little overwhelmed We want to make sure at Blue Sky that we're addressing questions that people may not even be thinking to ask. We really pride ourselves on being available for our clients basically around the clock. I don't want anyone to ever feel guilty for having a question. We're here to guide people and consult people and feel confident and comfortable and
Hot ham
empowered
radio.
in the real estate process in general.
I know.
My name is Sage Francetic, and I'm the broker and owner of Blue Sky Real Estate.
What is this? I swear I'm going to find the naked picture because he has a naked picture where he's sunburnt. Oh, God. Facebook. August 23rd, 2022. Why is it this is fake? Why is it written like that? Come on. The Latah County Broadband Coalition is preparing a multi-million-dollar grant application to address internet infrastructure and availability throughout the county. April 15th. (809) East F Street. (411) North Almond. Remember, we heard that a lot. Robinson Home Park, Dimitri Robinson. Van Buren. Come say hi to Sage. 110 South Van Buren. $16,000 reduction. Drury Road in Drury, Idaho. 110 South Van Buren. Don't forget, Sage, the designated broker and owner, is also licensed in Washington via Green Grass Real Estate. Green Grass and Blue Sky. A fun alternative to dinner if you're still in search of something to do on Valentine's Day. Homebound library service. Another duplex. $15 weeks ago. Cassidy says that's not quite the right photo. What? And then he says he's having a hard time, that this isn't working for him. Look. That's not quite the right photo. Realtor.com isn't helping me as a realtor very much. I copied over the direct listing link, and that gargantuan property is what shows. You suckered me into clicking that duplex above. I was like, where's that in Moscow? This was the fucking... Are you kidding me? He's saying he put the wrong Alida Quinn, assistant professor of philosophy at University of Idaho, studied history and philosophy of science at University of Pittsburgh. What in the hell? What is this? What is that, you guys? What is this? This is so, like, faked. Harry Green, Kevin Messenger, Kurt Schwank. Who are these people, dude? Allison, let's get together when all of this is done, please. I am moving to Germany. Who are these people? I think he just liked random people. Make this make sense. Mike Satz, thank you so much. From Dallas, Texas. Was he renting your own old place? Yes, Mike Satz is back in town. I know Mike. I don't even know what to say right now. I don't even know. I did some stuff in the Navy, the law, education, and politics. Now just living the dream. I don't know. Make it make sense. All right, we got to find that picture of him naked, and then we're moving on from this guy because I just can't. No place like Boise? Maybe he really is a realtor. God. This shiz just keeps getting weirder and weirder and weirder. I guess that's his girlfriend and their dog. Maybe, I don't know, man. God dang it. You guys are going to have to look at his account and find it because I can't. I don't have Instagram and it keeps... It's not letting me view all his pictures. I mean, I'll know if I see it. Yeah, I don't know. You guys are going to have to look it up, I guess. Because I can't find it. But this is August 21st, 2022, the same exact day that the Crow call came in and Bryan got pulled over in Moscow. This girl... I'm just going to play the very beginning.
I'm Taylor. It's
Nice to meet you. This yours?
Yeah.
So, what'd you find?
A ransacked car and...
Ransacked, huh?
Yeah, like, I'm in the middle of moving, so all my clothes are everywhere.
Okay, and that was not the way you left them, I assume?
No.
Okay, what else?
They took a paddleboard and a life jacket.
Okay, was it like a deflated paddleboard?
Yeah.
Okay, obviously it's not a big paddleboard,
Big
right?
paddleboard, yeah.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure they took my wallet, but I don't
Okay, was that in your car?
Yeah.
Okay, you
But
can't find
I
it?
don't think my ID or debit card was in there, so...
What was in your wallet then?
It was a credit card, which I'll call and cancel.
Of course.
And then, I mean, just gift cards, so that's really...
Car unlocked?
I thought I had locked it, but I guess not. I mean, I really thought I did, but...
Okay. But the door's not damaged, windows were all intact?
Yeah. Sorry, I really must have.
Okay, it must have been unlocked then. Or they had a key, obviously, or something. Okay, well, I'm sorry for your loss.
I know.
Well, paddleboard's pretty unique.
Yeah.
You know, it's not common of an
And the life
item.
jacket had a name and a phone number written on it.
Okay, what kind of paddleboard?
So the paddleboard didn't. It was just a blow up one. It was
Like
white.
a body
and
glove
blue.
or...
I don't know. I got it for Christmas. I can text my dad and maybe ask him.
Do they know about it yet?
Yeah. And then the name on the life jacket.
Like MC...
MCKINNON, and it had.
Was it like an orange one, or
It was blue and black.
the
life jacket.
Okay.
It was like like a baby blue and black.
Was it like the full-on padded life jacket? It was one of the little blow-up
It
ones?
was like a full-on.
Like a ski jacket, like a water skiing?
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe they found some of these girls' things too, you know?
All right. I know it was a present, but do you know how much the board was worth?
No.
With your dad?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll give him a call.
Please do. Please do. Single type paddle handle on top?
Yeah.
Okay. Does that breaks down into pieces?
Yeah.
Like all in the same bag?
Yeah. Do you
Okay.
know what kind of paddleboard it was? It was what?
I thought this was pain.
Well, I meant like the brand.
Okay, you guys, brace yourselves.
And do you know how much it's worth?
Brace yourselves. Hot ham, you have a few too?
It's about 200.
Oh,
Did he remember the brand?
there's something wrong with this guy.
Hold on. Can you say that one more time?
This is on his business page.
Oh, she got a photo? Perfect.
Can you send me the photo, Mom? Yes, please.
On the other side of that card is an email address. If you have a large file you don't want to feel comfortable texting to me, email it to that email address. If not, the phone number I called you from, you can text me stuff to that.
Oh, perfect. Thank you.
Okay.
Okay, so that's the 21st as well. You guys, this was on his Crime Solver. This was on his Instagram. And it says he's at Playa del Carmen, Quintana Roo. Sage, the Moscow, Idaho realtor, got burnt yesterday. Nonetheless, it was a great day. Leo. No, it's not Pain. It's this Sage guy, but I thought it looked like Pain. This is his business Instagram. And he's supposedly a realtor. Is he? Or did someone hose him? I can't decide. He made a video, so I don't know. Kaleidoscope. On April 13th, 2020, Thomas Johnson, 69, and his wife Leslie Jones, 67, were discovered dead in their home in Oak Park, Illinois. Dog left alive. It's mixed in with his holiday pics of food. KK Gons. You're like, let me get Gons out of here. Oh, man. Can't make it up. Here's what was seized in Pennsylvania. Hey guys, welcome back to Jay is for Justice. My name is Jay and I am your host. I am making this video to give you a rundown of everything that was seized in Pennsylvania. I've got the full warrants read through. In the video, you can click this link above if you want to watch that whole video. If you just want to hear what they collected, I'm going to give you a rundown of what they seized. But before we begin, please consider taking advantage of this awesome offer.
Don't take
from
advantage.
HelloFresh.
It's expired.
With HelloFresh, you get fresh, pre-portioned ingredients, easy, and more. You are ready to, all right, here we go. And just as a reminder, if you like what you see in this video, please do consider subscribing and giving this video that thumbs up. All right, so we're going to start at 119 Lambsden Drive in Albrightsville, Pennsylvania, 18210, which is the home of Bryan Kohberger's parents.
I know that guy looks like Brian
And
Laundry.
The following were seized from the home by the FBI and the Pennsylvania State Troopers. Knife. Book with underlining on page 118. AT&T bill for Bryan C. Kohberger. Glock 22 Gen S 40 caliber gun. Smith & Wesson pocket knife. Folder containing vehicle paperwork. Acer laptop. Green leafy substance in green container. Documents. Green leafy substance in plastic bag. White paper with password. Power cable, cell phone. 3 Glock 40 caliber magazines that are empty. Books. Black face masks. Prescription, black gloves, 1 black hat, and 1 black mask. Personal identifying documents, New Balance shoes. 4 dark colored jackets.
They took
4 dark.
Wait a minute. I forgot. How did I not remember New Balance shoes? Dude. Michael and Bryan
Kohberger. Personal identifying documents, New Balance shoes. 4 dark colored jackets. 4 dark colored shirts. 2 dark colored pants. A clear plastic glove. 1 Acer laptop with damage. 1 laptop with damage. Record of sale for the Glock 22.
There's been so much.
Item photographed but not taken. A note in a desk. Criminal psychology book. Documents and DeSalle University notebook. An extra large Columbia Navy fleece. A man's hand drawing.
Navy.
10 cards inside. ID cards inside glove, inside box.
10.
Various criminology books. Notes.
Oh my God.
If it looks like a duck, walks like a duck, quacks like a duck, it's a duck.
10 cards? Does he have 10 victims? And is it true in the PCA that Xana was really identified by her license, or did he take the license? And was that to throw him off? Like, wait a minute, I took Xana's license. How could they have identified her by her license? 10. Xana, Ethan, Kaylee, Maddie. Dana. 5 more IDs, unless he had fake IDs.
License card. Dark color hat. Black gloves. Sea Great Barracuda 1 TB Samsung solid state drive.
No, you're wrong. It's not number 10. It says 10 ID cards, right? Oh, just ID. It doesn't name. Okay, it doesn't say how many. You're right. You're right. I'm wrong.
Various criminology books. Notes. License card. Dark color hat. Black gloves. Sea Great Barracuda 1 TB Samsung solid state drive. A black box Samsung drive. 2 pair of black gloves, 1 black knit hat. Dark green short sleeve shirt. black long sleeve shirt, black sweatshirt, gray jacket, 2 pair of black pants, 1 pair of black jeans, 2 pairs of black jeans, 2 black long sleeve shirts, 2 pair of black pants, 1 gray jacket, 1 gray knit felt hat, and 1 black glove. Motherboard, Washington State University paperwork. Note from Bryan from Montana. Craftsman shop vac. Medical documents. Court documents. Sorry. Note to Dad from Bryan. Maroon colored spiral notebook.
Oh my God. I just
had an epiphany. Guys, they collected the Craftsman shop vac. Did they get those pictures of his dad prior? Watch. Was this before they took the New Balance and the shop vac? You know what I'm saying? Because, like, how did someone get in that gated community to get that picture? Who took that picture? Did one of his relatives? Did one of the relatives, like, assist and take these pictures? How? They collected a gray sweatshirt, New Balance. They took his fucking dad's shoes, guys. Shell said something very, very important. Hold on. Shell said something very, very important. When Mom and Dad show up at court, he wore New Balance. He got himself a new pair. What? He got himself a new pair. So we know they took a pair of New Balance from the house. But when he went to court, he has on brand new ones. Is it because they took his old ones? Old versus new. Stop. Oh my gosh, she just side-eyed me bad. She side-eyed me hard. All right, let's go back and listen to what else. Rio. Oh, now you like me again, CEO? You better like me. I've been here for about 10 hours today. But I have to get this all out because this doesn't make sense. I think Dad, there's something. He either dressed like Dad, but why is there like gray sweatshirt? Craftsman shop vac. I mean, do they have more than one? I don't get it. Seems to me they took those shoes and they took that thing, that shop vac, and the gray sweatshirt. Life's good, bruh. He got pulled over on Christmas Eve as well. And remember we were reading about these crimes where like the person was wearing a tan hat? This is just weird. And tell me that doesn't look like the girl behind him in the graduation. I mean, what's he doing? What's he doing with a shop vac in the yard? I don't see any broken windows. Oh, the door. Okay, yes, the door. Oh, they went straight up in that door. Look at that. I've never seen that one. Wow. They had no mercy on the door. Were they not opening the door? Or did they just bust right in? Wow, I've never seen that. Yikes. Okay, hold on. Let's take a look here at there's Dad. Okay, let's go back and listen carefully. Bryan. Maroon colored spiral notebook. Dark craftsman shop vac. Medical documents. Court documents. Sorry. Note to Dad from Bryan. Maroon colored spiral notebook. Dark colored clothes. HP all-in-one computer. Lenovo IdeaPad laptop. Tangent model medallion desktop. Dark clothes in laundry basket. Tailor cutlery knife with leather sheath. 4 swabs. 2 pairs of dark colored boots and 1 pair of brown boots. Moving over to what was seized from the 2015 Hyundai Elantra. Swabs, Ziploc bag with pink zipper. 7 quarters, plastic baggie with green zipper. 36 dimes, 32 nickels, 8 pennies. Gloves, receipts. Car insurance card, car registration. Hiking boots, comfort in room key holder,
Hey,
and
Jay.
stay information. Tire irons. Shovel.
I did see your comment,
Goggles. Floor mats. Reflective vest. Used water bottles. Wrench. Door panel. Seats and seat cushions. Headrests. Seatbelt. Visor. Fiber. Brake pedal. Gas pedal. Phone charger. Band-aid. Wrappers. Maps. Documents. And seatbelt boot. And there you have it. Those are the items that were seized in Pennsylvania in the case of Bryan Kohberger, who is charged with criminal homicide in the November 13th murders of the Idaho 4. All right, so we're going to start at 119 Lambsden Drive in Albrightsville, Pennsylvania, 18210, which is the home of Bryan Kohberger's parents. And the following were seized from the home by the FBI and the Pennsylvania State Troopers. Knife. Book with underlining on page 118. AT&T bill for Bryan C. Kohberger. White paper with password. I wonder if that was their Wi-Fi. Glock 22 Gen S 40 caliber gun. Smith & Wesson pocket knife. Folder containing vehicle paperwork. Acer laptop. Green leafy substance in green container. Documents. Green leafy substance in plastic bag. White paper with password. Power cable, cell phone. 3 Glock 40 caliber magazines that are empty. Books. Black face masks. Prescription, black gloves. 1 black hat and 1 black mask. Personal identifying documents. New Balance shoes. 4 dark colored jackets. 4 dark colored shirts. 2 dark colored pants. A clear plastic glove. 1 Acer laptop with damage. 1 laptop with damage. Record of sale for the Glock 22. Item photographed but not taken. A note in a desk. Criminal psychology book. Documents and DeSalle University notebook. An extra large Columbia Navy fleece. A man's hand drawing. 10 cards inside. ID cards inside glove, inside box. Various criminology books. Notes, license, card. dark color hat, black gloves. C Great Barracuda 1TB Samsung solid state drive. A black box Samsung drive. 2 pair of black gloves, 1 black knit hat, dark green short sleeve shirt, black long sleeve shirt, black sweatshirt, gray jacket, 2 pair of black pants, 1 pair of black jeans, 2 pairs of black jeans, 2 black long sleeve shirts, 2 pair of black pants, 1 gray jacket, 1 gray knit felt hat, and 1 black glove. Motherboard, Washington State University paperwork. Note from Bryan from Montana. Craftsman shop vac. Medical documents. Court documents. Note to dad from Bryan. Maroon colored spiral notebook. Dark colored clothes. HP all-in-one computer. Lenovo IdeaPad laptop. Tangent model medallion desktop. It's Russia. Dark clothes in laundry basket. Tailor cutlery knife with leather sheath. 4 swabs. 2 pairs of dark colored boots and 1 pair of brown boots. Moving over to what was seized from the 2015 Hyundai Elantra. Swabs. Ziploc bag with pink zipper. 7 quarters. Plastic baggie with green zipper. 36 dimes. 32 nickels. 8 pennies. Gloves. Receipts. Car insurance card. Car registration. Hiking boots. Comfort Inn room key holder and stay information. Tire irons. Shovel. Goggles. Floor mats. Reflective vest. Used water bottles. Wrench. Door panel. Seats and seat cushions. Headrests. Seatbelt. Visor. Fiber. Brake pedal. Gas pedal. Phone charger. Band-aid. Wrappers. Maps. Documents. And seatbelt boot. Who stayed at the Comfort Inn, you guys? There's a Comfort Inn room key holder and stay information. Is there a Comfort Inn near Pullman? There's a Holiday Inn. There's a Quality Inn. What did I say it was? Comfort Inn. Comfort Inn. Hmm. Hold on a second here. See what this is. Welcome to J is for Police. Hi guys, welcome back to J is for Justice. My name is Jay and I'm your host. Welcome to this special premiere. I wasn't planning on doing a premiere, but this has been bothering me. This is back to the what keeps you up at night stuff. We're back to that. So call this episode 2 of What Keeps You Up at Night on J is for Justice. What we're going to be going over tonight is some of the police blotter from Moscow police. These are going to be from February the 6th through today. Just the first part of today, obviously, the 13th of February. So this is about a week's time of the police blotter, and these are just some of the reports that stood out to me as concerning. There obviously are more. If you want to look, they are on the Moscow Police Department website, and I will put that website in the description of this video so you can check it out for yourself. Let's look at our first entry. This is going to be on February 6th of 2023. We have a suspicious circumstance at the 1600 block of Blaine Street at 12:32 a.m. And the reporting party said someone is behind the building, behind the dumpster, acting suspiciously. Officer responded, no report. 9:40 a.m. Reporting party is upset because her neighbor is having a fence built and the locate company sprayed paint to mark utility lines on her property. No report. Fraud, 100 block of East 5th Street, 9:46 a.m. Reporting party had a business check altered. The check was for $80,000 and the name was changed. Reporting party has paperwork to show officer. Report was taken. And this is where it gets really interesting already. We have a violate of a court order at the Latah County Jail. This was reported at 2:59 p.m. And this is the comment. Subject of order made call to protected person. Officer responded, no report. So someone violated a court order, and that person that was under that order, of that order, made a call to a protected person. Next one, controlled substance problem, 1500 block of E, D Street. 4:03 p.m., complaint of drugs. Officers responded. Report was taken. Then we have a suspicious circumstance on the 1100 block of W.A. Street. Reporting party thinks her apartment was bugged, and she thinks that her neighbors upstairs did it. Officers were advised and there was no report. Bugged? Vehicle prowl, W.A. Street at the LDS Church. This was reported at 3:18 p.m. Reporting party reporting his vehicle was vandalized. Can see cut marks near an unknown part of his vehicle. Report taken. Cut marks on an unknown part of the vehicle. Why is the part unknown? And what were the cut marks made with? Inquiring minds want to know, and I apologize if these are not in order. The order is not really what's important. The content is way more important. Here we are on February the 11th, 2023. South Main Street and East 3rd, the grub truck. This is at 12:52 a.m.
out here.
Caller is requesting help
Thank
getting
you.
an intoxicated male a ride home, and there was no report. I'm curious what they do when they get calls like this. What do the male cops do when they have a drunk female that they need to get home? Do they put her in the car? Inquiring minds want to know. Suspicious circumstance. 600 block of North Eisenhower Street. Heard a female screaming to the northeast of the building and no report. At 19:08. Recovered of stolen property. Officer recovered stolen license plate from traffic stop. Snohomish County notified. Report taken. Welfare check. 9:21 a.m. School requested a welfare check on student. Officers responded. Computer report. Suspicious person, Rayburn Street, AG Science. Reporting party is saying at 11:56 a.m. that journalists are outside the AG Science building. Journalists is in quotations. Are outside the AG Science building and are asking uncomfortable questions. Officers responded and wrote up no report. I'm curious what kind of uncomfortable questions are being asked. Threatening report, 400 block of North Hayes. Time reported, 15:32. The reporting party said that he has been being blackmailed by a person he met on Snapchat. Officer responded and report was taken. February the 9th. Controlled substance problem, 1200 block of Mountain View Road. 1 o'clock in the morning. Reporting party reporting she watched a man get out of a vehicle. He was looking under the vehicle with a flashlight. Flashlight is still under the vehicle. Male is getting back in the pickup. Officers responded. Report was taken. Other law enforcement calls. 5:39 a.m. Reporting party received a weird text from someone that seemed almost like a theft of a computer might be taking place in Moscow or being set up. Officer advised no report. Reporting party received a weird text from someone that seemed almost like a theft of a computer might be taking place in Moscow and or being set up. With the cyber attacks that we've been experiencing, wouldn't it be important to have a report on this? Just saying. Next one, 1400 block of Hawthorne Drive, 9:42 a.m. Reporting party advised someone is harassing reporting party over Craigslist. No report. I hope nothing happens from this, you know. We've heard crazier stories of like the Craigslist killer, right? Would be nice to have reports on these things. Welfare check. Latah County Sheriff's Office received a 911 call at 9:47 a.m. All they could hear was a male moaning, but couldn't get him to say what was wrong. Officer responded and there was no report. Wouldn't they have to follow up with dispatch on that one with the outcome? 200 block of Southview, you have a domestic, a man and a woman screaming lots of thuds. Officers responded, there was no report. An escort is needed at EF Street and North Mountain Road, 6:07 a.m. Officer requested case for a bus escort. No report. Suspicious circumstance, 200 block of Asbury. This is in the afternoon at 1:22 p.m. Reporting party believes someone stole tags off car. Officer advised and there was no report. If my tags are out there somewhere, I damn sure want to report on that. Here is the high school situation at 9:48 a.m. And I think we might have been a little out of sync here. But remember when we were back here at 9:21 and the school requested a welfare check on a student? That's the 600 block of Palouse River. But this is on East 5th Street, Moscow High School. 9:48 a.m. Moscow Police Department responded for a threats report determined to be unfounded. Report taken. And this was supposedly these two people that were from Wisconsin and they were in Florida. They were swatting several schools. Why these schools were chosen is beyond me. Now we're going to go back into our drug situation. And before we get to that, I want you to remember 700 block of Nez Pierce Drive. That's Frat Road, That's frat row. That's where all the frat houses are. And there was someone that was requesting to speak to an officer from that block of 700 Nez Perce. Vagrancy, North Almond Street and W.E. Street. They reported a black Chevy truck with a Dutchman fifth wheel hooked up. They reported that a black Chevy truck with a Dutchman fifth wheel hooked up to it behind Rosauers for a couple days. Reporting party states he called Rosauers and they did not give the male permission to be there. Reporting party would like it checked on. Officer advised, no report. It just says officer advised, not officer responded. Walenta Drive and Taylor Avenue, which is right around the corner from King Road, the King Road residence. At 7:58 a.m., there was a suspicious person. Reporting party reporting a suspicious vehicle. Officers responded and there was no report. Threatening, 500 block of Garfield. Officer contacted, no report. Threatening, South Main Street, Latah Recovery Center. Reporting party reporting threats. Officer advised, no report. Threatening, 300 block of Garfield. Reporting party says that they have been threatened by an older man, has been going on for about a week. Said the man has been coming to her work and yelling at her coworkers about her. No report. Then right below it, rape, 700 block Nez Perce Drive. 1513. 213. Reporting party requesting to speak to an officer. Report taken. Here we are on Nez Perce again. Non-injury traffic accident. Reporting party reporting an accident. Officer advised, no report. Harassment, 200 block of Taylor, right around the corner. Case request, no report. Suspicious circumstance, South Main Street, at the Moscow Chamber of Commerce. Reporting party reporting suspicious circumstances. Officer advised, no report. No report for the chamber having something suspicious going on. All I know is there are so many of these that this video got all discombobulated. So it is what it is. You get the point. These are never ending. Never ending. So our final two shockers of the night are going to be back on 700 block of Nez Perce Drive. Narcotics canine search. And then another one on 700 block of Nez Perce Drive. 911 caller. Okay. So that's just some of the blotter. There's a lot to go over, guys. But I am going to go ahead and end this. This has been going a long time, a long time. Maybe we'll find out more tomorrow when Bryan's dad supposedly testifies or gets arrested. One of the two. Because shit's crazy right now. Shit is crazy. Justin Olson. I'm not leaving just yet. Hold on. I got to show you guys something funny. So this is our going out humor so that we don't go out all depressed and bummed out and sick. Hold on. I wanted to show you guys the house after they broke down the door. They did not care. His dad's vacuuming up shit. Weird, huh? And then we've got a couple other things I found while we were listening. We have this, which I found interesting. Check this out. This guy went missing. Eric John Verta. 10/2/98 is his birth date. 6'2", 210 pounds. Surgical scar on ankle with hardware. Don't know which side. But he went missing from Pullman, Washington. Here's another picture of him. I thought that was strange, but we're going to see something funny in a second. Thought that was a little bit odd. I don't even know where I'm at now. I can't find it. I had his poster pulled up, but anyways. I don't know where I had it now. It's been a long day. But anyways, he went missing, I want to say like 2021. And he drove a white Honda. Yeah. Now, one thing that I did want to go over while it's fresh on my head. Oh my God, I thought I almost spilled pop. While it's fresh in my head is Bryan Kohberger body cam. I can't even say his fucking name. Tell me why this happens. Tell me why this happens when she runs his plate. Check this out. I don't know if y'all caught this or not. This is what was weird to me.
And I'll be right back.
Thank you.
All right.
When she calls in his plate number, listen what they say to the cop, okay? She calls it in.
Of Kohberger, King, Ocean, Henry, Boy.
Here we go. Listen.
Go ahead. Last of Kohberger, King, Ocean, Henry, Boy, Edward, Robert, George, Edward, Robert. First of Bryan, Boy, Robert, Young, Adam, Nora. Middle C, Charles. Date of birth 112194, Mount Washington.
Hey, listen. She's given her the license plate number. And listen what the dispatcher comes back with.
Go ahead.
Right here.
Genesis license through Washington 11/2027. The vehicle is valid on a 2005 Hyundai Sonata.
Listen.
Copy, it should be an Elantra. Reason.
Copy, it might be. It actually says the DM, so it's my bad.
Did she make a mistake, or was there something that happened with that? Oh, no, they were watching him. They were keeping tabs on his ass.
The DM, so it's my bad. Through Washington 11. Genesis license through Washington 11/2027. The vehicle is valid on a 2005 Hyundai Sonata.
2005 Hyundai?
Copy, it should be an Elantra. Received.
Copy, it might be. It actually says the Dan, so that's my bad.
Why is his shiz coming up as a 2005 when she runs it?
Copy, it should be an Elantra. Received.
Sonata.
Copy, it should be an Elantra.
Yeah, I noticed that when I watched it the first time. I'm like, what?
Copy, it might be. It actually says the Dan, so that's my bad.
Sierra 334 stopping.
334. License through Washington.
Go ahead.
Genesis license through Washington 11/2027. The vehicle is valid on a 2005 Hyundai Sonata.
Copy, it should be an Elantra. Received.
Copy, it might be. It actually says the Dan, so that's my bad.
Sierra 334 stopping.
334.
King 568889 through Idaho. Will be Stadium and Q parking lot.
1638.
Look at this, guys. He was found safe, but they wouldn't say what happened. Look. Drugs. I think he had a Washington license, you guys. I think it was the Washington license she was running. He switched the plates after, but he had a Washington license. Nope, he already had one. Expires 2027. So I don't know how long they're good for. We need to look up how long Washington licenses last until they have to be renewed, because that'll tell us when he got that license. So if someone wants to look that up, I think she said it expires in 2027.
Okay, so I found it. So I don't know what in Pennsylvania where you go to find laws, but in Washington it's called the Revised Code of Washington. So I'll try to turn my brightness up, but it's just called an RCW, so it's RCW 46.61.202, so it's no driver shall enter an intersection unless there is significant space on the other side of the intersection. To accommodate the vehicle he is operating without obstructing the passage of other vehicles, despite any traffic control signal indications to proceed. So you had a green light, so you're thinking you can go, but you're blocking the intersection. Yeah. So that's, if you're ever curious in any laws in Washington, just Revised Code of Washington. So I'm not writing a ticket or anything like that today. I understand you're from Pennsylvania, but in the future, don't proceed through the intersection. You can't get stopped for that alone, unless you can clearly just clear it right away.
Okay.
So
that basically, I understand.
You're just supposed to wait behind the white line. Drivers do it all the time, but
it never even occurred to me that was actually something wrong. But well, except for the fact that I was blocking the crosswalk, which is what
Yeah.
I went through.
And states vary from laws. Like Pennsylvania might not even have that law, but in Washington we do.
I'm actually just from a very rural area, so we just don't have crosswalks.
Oh.
Unless I visit an area where there are
Gotcha.
crosswalks, and then it's not very frequent.
Yeah.
I do apologize if I was asking you too many questions about the law. I wasn't trying to
No, not at all. Like I understand you're not from here, so if you don't,
I think they all already knew who he was. And if he had like a protection order against him, you never know. He could have gotten put on warning at school. Or he thought he was going to lose his job and lose everything. And if he violated the order, he'd go to jail, all that stuff. Yeah, he was. This is another weird thing. Look at this. Brian Williams, Robert Sherwood, Brian Wilson, James Dickinson, and Gary Oman. 5 WSU students went missing in the Puget Sound area, according to U.S. Coast Guard officials. Today will mark the 6th consecutive day of the search for the 7 students who disappeared Wednesday night after leaving a Tacoma yacht club for a 2-hour cruise in their 22-foot sailboat. Missing WSU students are Brian Williams, 24, Tacoma, owner of the boat, Robert Sherwood, 20, Tepenish, and Brian Wilson, 20, of Loon Lake. Also missing are James Dickinson, 19, and Gary Oman, 19, of Pullman. Dickinson is the son of Dr. and Mrs. John O. Dickinson. Dr. Dickinson is a professor of veterinary medicine. Oman is the son of Glenn E. Oman, assistant director of athletics. The 5 WSU students were joined by Dennis Newton, 19, a student from Lewis and Clark State College, and Barbara Komarak, 23, Seattle, a registered nurse and student at Columbia Basin Community College. All 7 students had been attending a convention in Seattle of the Intercollegiate Knights, a men's honorary service fraternity. Yesterday, President Glenn Terrell stated that he would do everything in his power to have the search extended. He spoke with the Coast Guard and naval officials in Seattle and requested that the search be extended. In an article on Sunday in The Spokesman, the Coast Guard said this is a real mystery. If they had an accident, there should be some wreckage or something afloat, and we can't find a thing. They never found the boat? What? It was shortly after 9:30 p.m. Wednesday when Brian Williams left his parents' home in Tacoma with the keys to his sailboat. Williams, a WSU delegate to the Intercollegiate Knights National Convention in Seattle, had invited 6 other student delegates to join him for a 2-hour cruise. His mother, Williams, a WSU, his mother, Mrs. L.L. Williams, said they planned to sail to the vicinity of Vashon Island and possibly as far north as Seattle. She said she learned Friday that 2 anonymous phone calls were made to the Coast Guard Wednesday night reporting a boat in distress in the vicinity of nearby Vashon Island. The caller said the boat had been flashing its lights. At that time, the Coast Guard had no available vessel to investigate the report. While the students failed to return Thursday morning, Mrs. Williams notified the Coast Guard and a WSU IK delegate, Mike Perini. Convention officials placed Perini in charge of the information center at Edgewater Inn in Seattle and asked the man to notify the parents of the missing students. Perini and Melanie Jones, WSUIK Duchess, were invited on the cruise by Williams but declined. What? Oh, but declined in order to work on a campaign Perini was conducting for a national IK office. Perini described the students as responsible. He said they had not planned on any drinking and would have contacted Mrs. Williams if they intended to take a longer cruise. Thursday morning, the Coast Guard began its first day of search using 2 vessels and 2 aircraft, concentrating in the vicinity of Vashon Island. Thursday morning, the Coast Guard began its first day of search using 2 vessels and 2 aircraft. In an article in Saturday's Post-Intelligencer, Mrs. Williams said the sailboat was capable of cruising on the ocean. Coast Guard officials described it as a rugged craft with a fiberglass and balsam hull. Friday morning, 5 aircraft and 3 vessels resumed the search. The Coast Guard reported that nearly 200 calls offering information were received during the search due to extensive coverage. Cross-checks eliminated most of the reports. Officials noted that the blue Catalina model bearing the number 192 on the sail is a popular boat in the Puget Sound area. On Saturday and Sunday, the Coast Guard Auxiliary joined the search. Both days, 35 boats and 5 aircraft covered the entire Puget Sound area. Again, no trace of boat or students were found. Coast Guard officials said it was the most intensive search in the area in 4 years. By Sunday night, the 13th District Coast Guard They reported a 90% confirmation that no debris from the boat had been found. An extensive investigation of all docking facilities in Puget Sound also produced negative results. Mrs. Williams said yesterday that even if the missing craft had been damaged, the fiberglass hull would have probably not completely sunk. If the vessel did sink, she said floating debris would be visible. Yesterday, a boat cushion and a styrofoam container retrieved by Coast Guard were flown by helicopter to the yacht club for ID. She confirmed that they had not come from the missing boat. President Glenn Terrell affirmed yesterday that he would do everything in his power to help. We haven't even found anything to guess on. Isn't this weird? How does a boat and 7 people disappear? Clairvoyant claims knowledge of locale. A woman claiming to have power of clairvoyancy called the parents of one of the lost WSU students and said she knew where the missing boat was. Vera Rogers, a Tacoma woman who has been successful in the past locating lost children after reading about them in the newspaper, called Mrs. L.L. Williams, mother of Bryan Williams, skipper of the missing sailboat, and said the students and their craft were unharmed in a small cove near Hoquiam, Washington. Mrs. Williams said she notified the Coast Guard, who dispatched a patrol craft from Grays Harbor, Washington, and said it seemed unlikely the students could have sailed undetected from Tacoma to Hoquiam on the Washington coast, a distance of over 200 miles. The report of the search was negative. Some students are speculating the notion of a possible theft or hijacking of the missing sailboat. Coast Guard officials in Seattle described that explanation as highly improbable. Is this drugs? What is going on here? Like 1971 and they're just gone. Weird. God, that's weird. That is eerie, man. The stuff that happens there is so weird. Oops. I didn't mean to put that up there. So Bryan's dad, we'll find out what happens with him tomorrow. We're going to do our funny now. All seriousness is gone. Oops. Okay. So this was actually tweeted by the Corner Club on April 12th. And this is something for U of I. And I hope Potato's probably sleeping by now. But King Spud is a thing. It's like a trophy. Most people don't realize I come from a long line of potato royalty. Picture below is my great grand Spud, Emperor Starchlemagne. There's more though. Check this out. UI Library's efforts to preserve university and Idaho history has led to an amazing resurgence of pride and, of course, friendly rivalry. Hashtag King Spud is back. Tonight, the trophy will be awarded to the men's and women's basketball games between UI and Idaho State. Go Vandals. This thing's creepy as hell. Here's a close-up. This is King Spud. You can follow King Spud on Twitter. He has his own Twitter account. Look, he's got curls like Bryan Kohberger. This is so fucked up, guys. This is so fucked up. Mac Tonight, just like I said Bryan Kohberger looks like Mac Tonight. Look, he's got the curl. And the side eye. The curl and the side eye. Oh my God, you guys crack me up. Here we go. Wait, hold on. Look at the chin on that tater. It looks like Bryan. Hold on, look. Why is that potato framed after Bryan C. Kohberger? Tell me. Look at the curls. So crazy. Really bubbly? Wow, that's crazy. So how do you think those kids went missing? I know. Is this some kind of sick joke they're playing? King Spud. I guess he's like a staple there. I am on a roll this week, aren't I? All right, and there we go. This is what I've been saying. Bryan Christopher Kohberger.
Bryan Kohberger.
Let's put everything aside now, okay? It's time to put everything aside. Oh my God, Mandy, I basically live there. Poor thing. Okay, guys, we're going to sign off. I will see you guys tomorrow. We're going to follow what happens with Bryan's dad tomorrow for sure. I'm sure something will break. Mary P, don't let me go on vacay. I know I come back all refreshed and shit. Thanks for sticking around today. I appreciate you guys. I'll see you tomorrow. Dance it out. Good night.
I don't give a damn.
what somebody I don't even know thinks. Why are people such idiots? Say to ANC Taylor, the defense lawyer, bring it on, woman. Bryan Kohberger.
You wanna be with me. You wanna feel something real, but I'm feeling differently. You're making plans to get to France, but don't wanna face the fact that I ain't got time for that. Staying up late, sleeping all day, dreaming about Cadillacs. Buying new shoes, hanging by the pool, sipping on Coke and Jack. Calling my phone when you feel alone, but
You guys want one Jennifer or two Jennifers?
Hi, Jennifer.